right, guys, this is Comics Cast.
Yay!
Is our open studio night, Friday night. So everything goes here except for illegal substances and spoilers, right? So that's not going to happen here. If you guys aren't following us, follow us on YouTube. We have plenty of content on there, over 100 videos on featuring artists from all over the world. We have feature video post-produced shows just about artists. We have lessons about how to do specific tricks with art. What else do we have? We have Let It Out. I don't know how many shows there are on that, but we'll have. I don't know. So we have plenty of different features and things like that. So hopefully we earn your subscription today. Check us out. Follow us on YouTube. We're also on Instagram and Facebook, so check us out there. So, hey Roy, welcome to the show. Welcome. Anyway, I'm Joe Tolliver. I'm the owner or whatever of Comics Cast. I'm the guy that started all this thing, and then Gerald came on and decided, you know what, I'm just going to make it better 100 times, and he's saved me 1,000 times over. So. Yeah, and then Gerald, you want to go ahead and say a few words before we bring everyone in, and maybe do a small introduction to Vic, since Vic's going to have a huge one tomorrow. But if you don't know who Vic is, you have not been paying attention.
Yeah, I guess this will be the one spoiler that we get to do tonight, which is the latest addition to the Comics Cast family, Mr. Vic Medina. Very talented individual. He was a guest on Let It Out, and we are so happy that he's a part of our family now. So that's a spoiler, because we're actually going to do the really formal introduction to him tomorrow during the year-end show. So check that out at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Sunday. And we'll I don't want to spoil too much, but there's a lot of good stuff that we'll be talking about.
All right, good.
Yeah, but tonight's about freestyle.
Yeah, freestyle. So everyone's going to draw and do whatever they want to do. We're just a bunch of artists hanging out. So I'm going to bring everyone in, and then we'll have a moment for everyone to introduce themselves. And then we'll jump in and just having conversation and bringing everyone in. All right, so let me slowly bring everybody in. Nick, Ed. Make sure I got everybody. Boom.
We got a full crew.
I think we may actually not have room for a cam. Okay, we're gonna have to. Maybe I'll leave. Gerald said I was gonna have too many people here where we wouldn't be able to have cams.
I'm just gonna hang out a little bit, guys, and then I gotta bounce. So
okay, all right. I'm just gonna do the great sacrifice. All right, well,
Noble.
Let's start from the bottom right, and we'll just work our way to the left. Jackson, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself to our audience? I know you. I've probably been stalking you for about, 6 years now? 5 years, something like that, since before you went into the famous. So, yeah, go ahead and introduce yourself for the audience.
Famous, yeah. Hey, guys. Jackson Caspers. I'm from Melbourne, Australia. I'm an illustrator / concept artist / NFT artist. Yeah, I've been building up my Instagram for a couple years now. I know Joe's asked me to come on the show a couple of times, and I've been super busy, but I had a bit of free time today, so I thought I'd jump on and see what it's all about. So yeah,
I appreciate it. Thanks a lot. We'll get into some of your stuff as we do the show. I mean, it's a long show. In and out, guys. This is an open door forum. Just a reminder to everybody and anyone who's watching. We'll have the link to the show here pretty soon. You guys can jump in. Yes, Pat, that is Ed. He's getting right into work. All right, go ahead and drop that, and then we'll keep going to the left. Armando, go ahead and introduce yourself to the two people that don't know who you are.
Hey guys, my name's Armando Ramirez, and I'm from Central Texas.
Nice.
And I am a comic book illustrator and a co-founder of Plus Waco Comics.
Yeah, Armando just knocked out a sick Spider-Man. If you haven't seen it, was that from today or recently? Or was
I
that
have
one?
it. Yeah. So
yeah, you just knocked it out. That's great. Death. This is the first time I've seen you in on screen. I've always seen your art. I love your art. I love that Batman piece you did. I want to say it was about 1.5 years ago. Maybe it was 1.5 years ago. I don't know. Time flies. Go ahead and introduce yourself to everybody.
Hello, my name is Death Pimasan.
You got to crank up your audio.
Oh, shoot.
How
do you turn up the audio?
It's like cranking.
you got a whole IT team, man. That's
tight.
I know.
That's what you need.
This is my child.
Technical support.
How you do this?
Huh? This isn't Discord.
Well, how do you
Okay.
turn volume?
All right, we can.
All right,
we can hear
well,
you a little
we'll
bit.
give you a second. On's muted right now, and then we'll bounce back. On, go ahead and introduce yourself to everybody.
Hi, my name is An. I'm actually located on Oahu, in Hawaii. So, yeah, and I just I'm really new to all of this. So, it's been 3 years since I got into comics. I got into comics because of Mock Park. If you haven't heard of her, she's actually she was an illustrator on the Game of Thrones series, and she kind of took my hand and got me into comics.
Awesome. Nick, my boy, what you got?
I'm Nick Garber, president of Apogee Comics, creator of the Phantom Hawk and the Crimson Guardian, our co-creator on that one. But I drew the thing. I had some ownership to it.
Right. Well, good pitch. That was very short and sweet.
I'm gonna start coming up with new stuff each week, I guess.
I know you got to work on your elevator pitch. Go to a different elevator and then go down and change it up. Ed, what you got? What do you want to say to the audience?
I don't know if I could follow that one, guys. I'm Ed Wojciech from howtodrawcomics.net, and creator of the Captain Korea comic book.
Right, that's perfect. Ed, Death, are we IT'd up?
I don't know. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does that sound better?
Yeah.
All right,
Okay.
you owe the IT much support.
That's my child. She's a genius.
Sure.
Anyway, my name is Death Pimasan. I'm a pro-am artist, freelance artist. I work for a few companies, IDW, Valiant. But yeah, pretty much just an illustrator, basically.
I love that you guys all came on here. You're all hugely talented, and hopefully, what we can do is we can figure out a way to see what you guys are working on. If you're working on something, if you just want to chat, that's fine too. Okay? So again, we're not doing any spoilers for Spider-Man. If you've seen it, that's the rule. But if you want to talk shop on past work, or if you want to talk on whatever you want to talk about, I'm sort of geeking out right now on something that no one's talking about for some reason, which is Witcher. That's bothering me that nobody cares about Witcher. Like, whatever.
Oh, you're gonna feel really worse. I couldn't care less.
Are you a Witcher fan or are you a Henry Cavill fan?
Are you talking about Nick or me?
No, I'm talking to you, Joe.
Oh, okay. I would say I'm both, but I'm not a legitimate Witcher fan because I can't take that mantle because I didn't read the books until after I played the video games. So I feel like I'm like a low key like wannabe fan, but also he's Superman who should be 007 soon. So I'm just saying. Yeah, I'm a big fan. I love the idea of anything that's fantasy. You know what I mean? Like,
you know what? That's weird because I love fantasy, and I tried watching it. I don't know, man. I couldn't get into it, so maybe I'll have to try again.
I tried watching it, I couldn't do it.
It was the whole
you weren't digging it.
It was the whole time jump thing. Everything was just like it was Quentin Tarantino's style.
Yeah, I did kind of get that vibe.
Yeah.
I still enjoyed it though. It was good.
I enjoyed it.
Is the new one out yet?
Yeah. Watch it again, see how it works.
Yeah, come on,
season 2 just dropped. Yeah,
it just dropped. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it's super weird that they dropped, and it'd be interesting to know it's on Amazon or
Netflix.
Netflix. I'd be curious to know what Netflix is doing in different countries. If it's universal, not universal, but global release on the same date. Sometimes Netflix does weird stuff.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
It could be different because I know like they have certain content that's only available in other countries, not here. Like even some American shows are just not available, which is weird. But
yeah.
Well,
there's such a
here.
massive platform. I guess they have to go with like what people are watching,
Right.
Well, I know in the Philippines they didn't drop Spider-Man. They gotta wait like a month, I think.
Oh wow.
Oh man.
Why they do that?
The whole I don't know what the Philippines did to get that kind of hate. But, so funny.
We're gonna go see it Tuesday, so we're pretty excited.
Yeah, people are already saying it's supposed to be better than Endgame. Can you believe that? I don't know.
I don't think so.
I can believe that.
I said on par.
On par.
Oh, somebody. Oh, okay. It's on par.
How many of you guys have seen it?
On
Not
par?
me.
I watched it the
All
other
right.
day. It
I'm gonna go with it's better.
was
I-
amazing.
As
I'm
he
not
drinks
gonna
from his
say
Spidey
any more than
mug.
that.
Hey,
Yeah.
man,
As I'm plugging the movie.
he's biased.
Yep.
I'm wearing a Spidey t-shirt.
I don't even like Marvel, and you're like got everything decked out. You got like a Marvel, like, oh, nice.
Got my
Everyone's got
Spidey.
something.
That's
Nice.
Yeah, see for my cup.
Oh,
Is anyone
wow.
looking on doing like any fan art during the show, or not fan art during our show, but like fan art, like either for Spider-Man? They're trying to push any of that, or I know Jackson typically push something out that's
I've got
either for the company or on your own.
Well, I've got a plan on a big fan art piece that I want to do that's inspired by the movie, but I'm gonna have to wait till until you're allowed to spoil it, so that might be still a couple weeks away before I can post anything up.
Okay.
But it's
I had a
yeah.
layout for a commission that the guy canceled, so I might just do that. It was a Spider-Man commission, and just turn it into.
Yeah. See, I'm even scared to post some of my older ones. I just did some like kind of like what if concept pieces of like Spider-Man and Daredevil, and just ran from this is from like a year ago.
Cool.
But like, you know what I mean? Like people be like spoilers. I'll be like, hey, it's not even a thing. Like,
Yep.
Yeah.
you just gotta be careful. You can't even. I wouldn't even post a photo of Spider-Man. I mean, might get in trouble, but yeah, I'm sure it'll be fine soon once everyone's seen it. Same as Endgame and Infinity War and stuff.
Yeah.
Unpopular
Well, I just-
opinion.
Uh-huh.
I think Spider-Man's super boring. I think the character sucks.
What?
There it is. There it is. Love it.
Blocks.
All right,
Yeah,
all
put that
right.
up in the screen. Blocks.
Yeah, go ahead and cover his.
Dude.
We're just gonna boot him from the studio right now.
Oh man.
Well, are
Okay,
you
what
talking
is
about
the
Tom
grounds
Holland?
that he's boring? What is your?
I don't know.
Why?
Man. I just feel like I don't know. Like at least when I was a kid, every story was the same. It was a thug with a money bag, and he just stops them. And even his big villains are guys with money bags, and he just stops them. I'm like, it's so freaking boring.
Is
So you stopped reading
it's definitely
Spider-Man
the
after
character though, right?
1972 or before
It
1972.
got more advanced, when,
Yeah.
when the Goblin killed Gwen Stacy and all that stuff. It got more intense.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Spider-Man's one of those things that's like a timeless character that sort of works in a very specific space, and then if you grow him out to have other issues, then at some point you grow too far away from what that character is. And there's what's cool about it, if you don't dig Spider-Man, that's a very small box of a character, even though it's super popular. Like there's so many other characters out there. Like what character? Let's keep it in the Marvel universe, right? What's the character in the Marvel universe that you kind of gravitate more to?
Let's see.
All right, let's get ready to level some hate towards death.
This has turned into a weird chat
Oh, I'm ready,
thing,
man.
which is fine.
Well,
Hey.
Ed knows. I grew up on X-Men. I love freaking X-Men.
Oh
right?
yeah,
I
X-Men
love
is awesome.
Colossus. I love Cyclops. I love the whole team basically. But yeah, I don't know, man. Spider-Man just never did it for me.
Yeah, the
How do you feel
super
about the
smart
X-Men
guy that
movies?
can't get his homework done. Got it. Moving on.
I think the X-Men movies suck balls.
Yes,
Yep.
I agree with
Oh,
you. On
yeah.
that one. The X-Men
Oh,
movies
yeah.
were terrible.
A lot of them, yeah, they're bad.
Oh, they were good. They were good for the time.
No, I hated them
No.
at the time. I was like, you know what? We can't. If we allow this to stand, then we're never gonna get good content that really.
I was just
represents-
confused the whole time. Like the first movie, I'm like, all right, cool. We get to see them. They put on their costumes, and I'm like, why are they wearing leather motorcycle outfits? Then it's
Exactly.
like, oh, I see Wolverine. He's like, why is he like 6 feet tall? Like,
Yeah.
You know,
everything
Glenn
was
Danzig
confusing.
was unavailable for the movie.
The scene where they're in the not X-wing, freaking
The X-wing.
their
Blackbird.
ship. I can't remember what it's called.
Blackbird?
Yeah.
Black
And they make
Black,
that joke about the yellow and blue spandex.
yeah.
I took it as a personal attack.
Yes, it's a personal attack. Yes.
And I
That
said,
was
"Fuck
before
this
they
movie,"
figured out
and
how to
I-
do it. That's why I loved, and to kind of go full circle, that's why I loved Spider-Man so much. Because, like, we finally got a full costume, honest depiction of Spider-Man. And I was like, that's it. That's where we're going. Now, then the problem was he never really became, like, Spider-Man. He was always sort of Peter Parker, and I didn't really like the sequels all that much. But the first one was the one that sort of, gave me excitement that we were going to get real superhero movies. That's his
Well, all except for the fact that he doesn't use web shooters. It came out of him.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
I wanted to run out of the theater
Where did
So
that
bad.
come
I was
from?
so upset about that. But old guys, you know what? Who's the young? We've got a few old guys in here, right? So who was
I'm probably older-
your
I'm older
Thor
than all of
growing
you.
up, Ed?
What's that?
Who was your Thor growing up?
My Thor?
Yeah, your Thor.
Thor,
When you were
as in
growing
like
up, on
the
screen.
golden-haired, big flowing cape, disco high boots type of thing. That Thor?
It was Fabio.
No,
Talking about on screen? I know
do
you're talking about. You're talking about the
any
death of the Incredible
on-screen
Hulk, right?
Thor characters that you were like, oh, cool, I got to see Thor on TV or
Yeah.
with the movie.
Death of Incredible Hulk.
For me, like growing up, it was the first Incredible Hulk with Lou Ferrigno. Like I was like, damn, seeing that on like I would tune in every Thursday nights or something like that on NBC, whatever it was, and I was like, this is the coolest shit ever, right? Like,
yeah.
Like, and so when I look at the MCU now, I know we like to pick it apart. I know, I tried to watch the 2001 Punisher the other day, and I was like, nah, not even gonna bother.
Is that the first one?
Like, yeah,
No.
like
with the Western style thing. Yeah.
There was a Dolph Lundgren one in the 80s.
Yeah,
that one was awesome.
Recent one, but like once John Barenthal stepped into it, I was like, okay, he's got this. Like nobody else needs to follow, right? Or nobody.
I like
needs
Thomas
to,
Jane. I think Thomas Jane is a really good Punisher.
No, but for me, like I'm almost 50 now and stuff, and so like when I look at like the stuff that I had growing up, it sucked, but I was so happy to have any of it.
I mean, even from guys that were born at the end of the 90s, like we had that Captain America, man, like the 1990 Captain America.
That's the best
with the rubber ears.
That's the best depiction of Red Skull ever.
The Italian Red Skull.
Yeah,
that's the best one.
That's for me. That's the best.
Italian. He was Italian.
Yeah. I don't care. It was perfect.
Best Italian Red Skull ever.
Because
you can be a Nazi and be from other countries. You don't have to be German. Just for the record.
They just have to be fascists. That's all they have to be. Right?
Yeah, they just had to be fascists. That's the criteria.
Oh man.
Part of the Axis. Part of the Axis.
I was gonna say my first Thor was Adventures in Babysitting. That was my first Thor.
Oh right, yeah.
Vincent D'Onofrio.
I don't know what that is.
Kingpin.
Yeah, so all you kids.
Oh, that's right. That was him.
He was the
I remember
mechanic.
that. Yeah.
All right, so Death is knocking a piece of art. Thanks, Death, for bringing up art. Just in case somebody actually wants to see art on a art stream. If anyone wants to pull up any digital stuff or do anything, feel free. We'll share it and pop around on the screen and stuff. But Armando, you said, have you watched the Spider-Man movie? Yes or no?
No, I haven't. Not yet.
Okay,
no.
You're watching on Tuesday, you said?
Yes.
How are you able to wait until Tuesday? How is that possible?
Because there's no ticket.
We just got a new Cinemark theater here.
Oh, okay.
And we only have in town like 2 theaters, and including the new one that just opened.
Okay.
So we want to go. Me and some buddies and my son and my wife and our wives. We're gonna go when it's like nobody's there. So during the day, we did it for Eternals, and it was so nice. They have these big, lush chairs, and they recline and everything. And
yeah, I'd love to hear. I'd love to hear a review, not necessarily on the movie theater, but on Eternals, because I haven't seen that at all. And not the huge rush.
I loved it. I thought it like just a short. What I took from it was I just liked it. I think too many people got caught up in Marvel movies as like, oh, it's got to be phases, right? Like if it's everything's, everybody wants to connect everything to everything, like the Mephisto meme, like everything is Mephisto, right? Like in Scarlet Witch, everything's Mephisto. And I think Eternals really kind of set the groundwork to the Marvel universe is so vast that, if they want to do, an X-Men series, and then in between that do a Silver Surfer series or something, it doesn't all have to tie into one like big storyline, right? Like it's the universe is so vast. I think that's kind of what they were setting the groundwork to. But it's a different kind of Marvel movie. It's definitely from an artist perspective, it's like I kind of feel like it's what was going on in Jack Kirby's brain. Like,
well, that's good.
It was massive. It was it was beautiful. I mean, the cinematics of everything. I mean, it was just so beautiful. Like I enjoyed it.
Did it come off of Jack G's movie?
No, I don't think so.
Because I saw that demon that came out and soul sucking thing that came out. I thought that was going to be connected to the ancient
I don't
enemy
think
of theirs or something.
I want to watch it again, but I don't think I picked up on anything that it was tied to. They had some like end credit scenes that were kind of like, oh, there'd be some cool stuff coming, but like I said, not anything that's like massive to where like there's gonna be a whole, I think it was planted there to kind of remind people that the Marvel universe is so vast that they want to go different directions with stuff. So
Yeah.
that's my thoughts on it.
Are you saying that because like there was some big, obviously a big event that happened in it and no one else showed up? Is that sort of where you're getting at? Yeah, because I was like, where is anyone else? Like, where's
Yeah.
Well, Thor's on vacation.
Stuff up to you. They talk
Thor,
about
we got Thor who's on vacation. Right? He's gallivanting around with his new homies. He doesn't want to be
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, so there's that. Hulk is I don't know what's going on with him. Is he still like in the middle of trying to figure out not to be Professor Hulk or something, where he's not really?
Well, it also
he's with She-Hulk.
It also talks about
he's at court.
Covers the time period that happened before all of the Avengers, like how, like it talks about how kind of like superheroes started in the universe,
right?
As from Marvel's point of view. So it's not like all in that time frame, but they do mention all like the Thanos and all that stuff. So
yeah, it seems like the Marvel universe is getting pretty crazy. Like the Eternals has just expanded.
Yeah,
to like so many universes. Loki has just gone full multiverse. The new Doctor Strange movie is going to be Multiverse of Madness. Like, I don't know. I just don't know how they can keep making the big boss even bigger. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
exactly. Yeah.
How big can the stakes get?
and that was where I was sort of leaning towards. We don't have to get an Avengers extension line. You know what I mean? Like at any point, you can switch over and do Fantastic Four and run that for the next 10 years. Yep. There's so much that you can branch out.
Right, but you have to think about it, like Reed Richards doesn't give a shit. Like he doesn't care about the whole world. He's like he just wants to do science. Like the Avengers are about like they're the epitome of teamwork, they're the epitome of like we're gonna save the day. Like so I feel like if you're gonna make 10 movies, it's gotta have like ground characters like Captain America that stand for everybody,
All right.
I hear you. No, that's true. I mean, I totally get that. I just mean like as a launching pad because there. Fantastic Four touches so many different things.
Definitely. Especially since they required all the rights back, from everything.
Right.
So
I mean, we could have a Fantastic Four movie and introduce Venom through Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
Don't do that. Please don't do that.
Yeah, don't.
I'll get mad. I'll burn the theater down. Don't do that.
I know. We've already been there and done that. Got the T-shirt. All right, I'm gonna share some of this out. So just ignore me for a second.
All right, I'm gonna throw a bomb out there in terms of this whole thing because after watching Loki, and it's like, why is anything of consequence in the Marvel universe anymore? Because it's like you can just use the multiverse as an excuse for anything. Somebody dies, multiverse. It's like you wanna bring make Killmonger the Black Panther, multiverse. It's just like everything is just. When I watched Loki, it was great. I loved Loki, but I just started watching. And I was like, you watch it, the first episode, you're like wondering what was the first 10 years of the MCU at all, because it's just like it doesn't matter anymore.
It totally negates itself. Yeah.
Yeah, and I get it, and it opens up. Everybody talks about the whole world of possibilities, but then it's sort of like it's great to have that great sandbox to play in. But that's just to me. It's like you watch it, and you watch a movie, and it's like, well, they can just sort of do this, and it'll just fix everything and stuff like that. But I still enjoy it. But I just no one's death is. It's just like in the comic books when somebody dies in the comic book, it's like it's okay, they'll be back.
Yeah.
So it's accurate.
So it's accurate.
Yeah, it's totally accurate.
It's comic accurate. Deal with it.
Is that a Colossus you're doing?
I guess so. I'm just
good.
trying to draw anything, dude.
Yeah,
it looks good. And Anne, is she drawn? What is she drawn? I like that composition.
Is that Ciri from The Witcher?
Yeah, The Witcher.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
I'm a Witcher fan.
There you go.
Yeah.
See?
I actually got on. I got onto Netflix because of The Witcher. It was like my birthday, and I was like, I'm gonna sign up for my own Netflix, and then sat like a whole week just watching the whole first season. So, but yeah, I'm gonna wait till like a couple episodes drop before I watch it because I hate the cliffhangers.
Oh, it's one at a time. Oh yeah, I'm not gonna.
Is it? Oh, it's that? I thought it was like all at once.
Yeah,
I always thought I was gonna be against binge watching.
I
Like,
think
I'm
Netflix is
old
doing that
school
now,
with it.
but they're doing volume, so they'll do like 6 episodes and then
Oh,
the next.
okay.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Is what I've been
Yeah.
noticing on some shows.
Remember when you
It's
had to
like
wait a full year to watch a whole season?
Because they used to drop them
Yeah,
all at
it's
once. They used to
I
drop
know.
them.
The dark times.
I know.
Dark time.
Before the streaming, before
Yeah.
the Netflix.
Yeah.
The dark
I
times
kind of,
before the
I kind of,
Netflix.
I do like that whole three, like Arcane was really good because they did 3-episode drops and they were like really cool in terms of like they were distinctive periods. Like you actually saw an evolution
That was really
of,
cool.
of it. There's like an age. There's like a time of maturation, I guess, between each 3 episodes. But I wanted to, since we won't like really spoil like Witcher stuff, I wanted to talk to Anne about Game of Thrones. I know what a disappointment that was.
What? I loved it. Oh wait, why do you think
Armando, we have disagreed on so many things in life, but we will fight if you liked the last season of Game of
I
Thrones.
didn't think it
No,
was
I
terrible.
will
I mean,
fight
I
you.
didn't. No, I didn't think it was. I didn't think it was great. Like it was played up to be.
Yeah.
It
Okay, I gotta buzz your bubble there because I actually never watched any of the Game of Thrones. So that's
Oh,
the bad
no.
thing.
Oh,
So when
okay.
I first came up to Mog Park, she had the whole poster where she's like Game of Thrones illustrator, right? And I came up and I was like, cool, cool. So what about this artwork that she had? It was like a boy who drew cat. It was a Japanese folklore that she was drawing. So that's what I connected with her over. And I was like,
Nice.
yeah. To this day, I haven't watched any.
I haven't either.
Yeah, just
Me neither.
you're gonna set yourself up for a disappointment. It's like you watch all the seasons right before the last one, and you're like, man, this is like masterpiece storytelling, great character development. They put you in a big cliffhanger at the end of every season, and then you
Yeah.
watch the last season, and it's like, what?
I do feel like it was
wasted
kind
my
of
life.
rushed. I do feel it was kind of rushed. Like
Yeah.
I liked it, but I felt like it could have been like longer, better.
Yeah. But what about the big battle where like the whole thing was like 90% darkness? You just like couldn't bear to see what's going on.
That's right.
Well,
That's true.
So what? Okay, so what bothered me about the last season, though, like fundamentally, and this is why I got mainly frustrated, is really just 2 things. But one thing fundamentally was that for me personally, my opinion is that the whole series of Game of Thrones up until the last season was the best story development in any character in the history of like television. For me, how they
think so,
they
yeah.
developed the female, the mother
Talking about-
dragons, like how they
Yeah,
developed her
Daenerys, yes.
from 0 all the way to what she got, and
Yeah.
then at the last season for her to just be like, oh, she's just crazy. She's the bitches be crazy. That's
crazy.
not
But
right.
that was kind of like in her bloodline. Like the Targaryens were known
Right.
like
That
that.
shit.
And for me that didn't fly because you'd had so much development to that point. So that's where I was like, come on, man. But I hear you. I get it. What was the thing? But what's cool about it, if you look at it like glass half full instead of half empty, is that I'm reading the books now. I finally picked up the first book and reading through them. And what I like about it is that if he's still alive by the time he writes the rest of them, is
Got
that
it.
you can actually you can watch through. You've already seen a lot of the books in the shows, but like it's going to diverge a little bit through the show, through the books and versus the show, and then the last few books, there's going to be like 3 or 4 more books if he finishes them, or his
It's not
kids
gonna
will,
happen either.
kind of like Jordan did, and then you'll get a different experience. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. So
Yeah.
So I haven't read the book. That's on my bucket list to do when I get time to. But I did hear that people hated Yennefer from the book versus the Yennefer in the show.
Yeah, I've only read the first few chapters and I lost my book. I don't know what happened to it.
Y'all are champions, man. I hate reading. Like that's why I graduated, so I didn't do that shit anymore.
Look, You know, I didn't.
So that's why we do comics, right?
Yes,
Drop-
comics.
That's what we draw, yeah.
Like, look at the
I
pictures.
started drawing.
It's like,
It's
what are
like
these
reading,
words?
but better.
Yeah, it's like, why aren't they're not in bubbles? You know, there's no.
Yeah, and all the art books that we watch are really, we don't read them. They're just numbers next
They're
to
just
like
numbers.
circles with
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a triangle in them.
Yeah.
I love the old school art books that were like how to draw like a dragon, and it's
Yeah.
like 3 pictures, and it's like 4 circles,
Ta-da!
circle
There's
with
your
a
dragon.
toe, and then all of a sudden the third image is like the finished dragon.
Yeah,
You're like,
the finished one.
how did you get from your third shot to the finished scales and everything?
You're like, I
we-
just-
Yeah, you're showing me steps A and B, and then skip right to Z, and I'm like,
Yeah.
where the hell? Where's the rest of it?
Yeah.
Well, that's why
I
we have,
like reading books now, like certain types of a lot of art books I do read with a lot of like commentary, and then I do read like current. I have certain runs that I'm reading now, comics. So
I just have audio books. Like I can't read. I can't absorb the information. It just goes. I don't know where it goes. I try to read it and it doesn't stay in my head. But if I listen to it, like on like because I fly a lot, I just listen on my plane rides and stuff like that. I can take it all in, like most of it. So
oh yeah.
I'm a visual audio learner or whatever you call it.
Yeah.
Reading's never been my thing.
I try to get a lot of like as far as the business side. I do a lot of audiobooks while I'm driving to work and everything. So that's like an hour. It's an hour of driving every day. Might as well learn something while I'm doing it. So
Hey,
that's
that's
where I
smart
get most
too.
of my stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's like when you're, for me, it's like when I'm drawing, I have to listen to music, and I think the music really influences what you draw. And I find that you do retain things. I think what Jackson was talking about is like if you're listening to something while you're, I don't know, practicing or learning something else, it's like you're associating them together. And it's to me, it's like when I hear a certain song again, it's like I'll surprise myself. I'm like, oh, wow, I'm actually recreating. If I'm in a certain vibe and I'm like doing something really cool, and then when I play that track over, it's almost like it programs your brain to like do that all over again. But yeah, I totally dig the whole audio book and listening to a good soundtrack when you're drawing stuff.
Nice.
Oh, yeah, it's like a thing that jumpstarts me. I think I've got like a big playlist of all epic music and stuff like that. As soon as I start drawing, I turn it on. Your brain sort of your brain sort of kicks into draw mode. It's cool.
Oh, I haven't even started my inking yet.
Well, these are cool.
This is my blue line.
It's sick.
That's awesome, Drill.
Thank you.
The composition's wild.
That's a lot.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a long work in progress. But hey, I was listening to everybody's intro, and Jackson, to follow up on we had a little brief talk about this in the last Friday freestyle, and it was about NFTs. And and you mentioned NFTs, and it sounds like you've actually built NFTs. Your boy Nick, he's done it as well. And I kind of would like to hear your thought on NFTs, and do you see that as the future of like digital artists and how they can actually make money and not worry about their stuff getting stolen, or like what's your thought about it?
Yeah, I've been into like crypto since like maybe 2017, so I've always liked that space. And then I saw the NFTs coming in, and I didn't really, like a lot of people, I didn't really understand it at the start. I was like, what do you mean? It's just like the JPEG, how's it worth thousands of dollars and stuff like that.
Right.
But yeah, I think it's definitely going to be a part of the future of artists. Like, even if you do like, I don't know if you guys know the guy Beeple Crap, that super famous artist, sold like $60 million NFTs and shit like that. He does a thing where he gives you the physical piece and it's in like a digital frame, and you also get the NFT that is like the certificate of authenticity for it. So you could realistically trade both. But I think, in terms of like digital collectibles, people trying to flex online, you know what I mean? You buy a $10,000 profile picture, and as soon as everyone sees you on Twitter and Instagram, they're like, "Oh, you got the Bored Ape," and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
And then I screen grab it, put it as my own.
Yeah, you could do that, 100%.
And it cost me nothing.
It's like the new photo with the Lambo, right? It's like that.
Right.
Now it's bloody avatar photos and shit. So that's just a trend, I think, at the moment, the avatar projects, and that's actually a project that I've made. But we're actually moving into like gamification, so you can actually start to play games and earn cryptocurrency with our NFTs. But yeah, man, it's gonna be wild. I think it's gonna move into more mainstream things like accounting and like especially with blockchain technology. Like, I don't know, man. Like the deeds to your house, that might be an NFT one day. It's
Well, it's exactly what you said. You know, I think Zuckerberg is with that whole meta thing. We're one step closer to living in the Matrix. That's all I'm gonna say. You know, it's gonna be Ready Player One. You know, it's one thing about your example that you talked about where you get a digital, there's a digital component and then there's like a tangible component. I think that's a good thing to transition to get people used to thinking about stuff. It's sort of like, hey, I have a digital version, but like, does it really work? You know, like, hey, I'll show you my blockchain. I mean, it just sounds kind of funny. It's like, I do own
kind
it.
of dirty almost.
Yeah.
We'll go back to my house, see my blockchain.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a shirt, show you my blockchain. But yeah,
that's right.
But when you have something that's tangible too, like even if it's in that digital picture in a digital frame, you know, I think that's kind of like that little bit of that bridge there. But I think it's like everything is going to be NFT. I mean, I think we're talking about just in our space, the art space, but like we're talking about videos, we're talking about like you talk about games, you know, like all the stuff
There's
you see on
comic books that are
Fortnite.
attached to NFTs as well.
Yeah, right. Comics, and then where do you do it? You show it in your virtual space, you know, the meta space, and you know where you can, you know, you're going to be just like it's going to be like Minecraft. You're going to build your own like a multi-million-dollar crypto house in the metaverse, and you know you can be whoever you want and do whatever you want to do.
Have you seen Sandbox?
No. Talk about it. What is Sandbox?
So Sandbox is actually, it's got very similar visual aesthetics to like Minecraft, and that's sort of one of the versions of the metaverse that could be happening. So there's literal digital real estate going in there at the moment, and probably the cheapest you could buy it is 2 or 3 Ethereum, which is like I don't know, $10,000 to $15,000
when the market closed. About
for a small block of land. So.
Per coin.
What was that?
You guys ever hear
about 3,900 per coin?
Yeah. So
you guys ever
people are buying up digital real estate at the moment, and you're going to be able to walk around. You're going to be able to do like I don't know, dungeons and quests and have parties and all kinds. Like Snoop Dogg's got land in there. Like it's insane. Like
like and the next door neighbors are like $500,000 homes next to them or something like that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Isn't that funny that there's still like, you know, millionaires and billionaires in the virtual space? You know, you know, you think that it's going to be, but you got to get in on the ground level. I think that's cool that you saw the sign about cryptocurrency because I didn't see it, and it's like I didn't get a chance to capitalize on any of that stuff. And NFTs, it's just like mind-boggling. I still can't get my head wrapped around it. You know, cryptocurrency, I can kind of get, but you know, NFTs, you know, it's like show me your blockchain. It's like I just don't. It just
I can't even get into any of that. So I can't. I'm still trying to learn how to draw. Like that's my problem. Like how do I get the elbow to attach to the forearm when I rotate the thumb out?
Oh, that's why you know what Nick and On are doing when you do traditional artwork, and Armando. I know it's like something about it's still it's gritty, it's real, it has whiteout and smudges on it, and it's one of a kind. And I still
it's what
get
I tell.
that.
What I tell all my customers: if you get an original piece from me, you're literally going to have blood, sweat, tears, and probably my fingerprints on this piece.
Exactly.
I for the longest time I didn't even erase anything. I never even hit an eraser on the. I would ink it, do everything, and never erase anything because I would do the initial layout so light, and I would just build it up and then get into the inks and then do the colors.
I was never able to go that light. That's why I had to get like a blue line pencil.
Yeah,
so I
that's my
could
thing
get
too.
crazy with the cheese whiz.
Yeah, I think I got
pen.
harder lead because I'm so heavy-handed.
Yeah,
that it's just if I dig into it, it's still light because it's just so heavy. But yeah, I have a heavy hand. Like
I try to do a HB is about as heavy as I get. Like I'll do like a 2H
Yeah.
And then if I'm really trying to put some more stuff into it, like maybe I'll hit a 2B. Hey Ed, are you trying to hide? Are you not able to do your artwork on screen, or because if you want to share your screen, then
I can't. I'm doing on a couple commissions that I can't share publicly. But yeah, so I'm paying attention. I'm doing all this.
No, you're good. I just didn't. If you wanted to share, I was like, we got plenty of room.
I'd love to. I just not this. It's not mine.
No, I gotcha.
So, not mine to share.
It's actually it's Captain Korea Part 2. He's it got bought by Netflix and he can't tell anybody about it.
Fuck, I wish, man.
Yeah,
I'd sell out in a heartbeat.
Why in the world is
I can't wait to sell out.
Screensaver?
And why do you have my icon there?
I don't know. You put it there or something.
No, I didn't put it there. I think that's not something that I would do.
Did your video cut out or something, Joe?
Yeah.
I'm hiding myself for a second.
That's pretty.
So Vic, we got his art cam soloed out here. He's doing a carryover from the last freestyle. That was a piece by Don Nguyen. He drew that live during our Friday freestyle last week. And what is it? Vic is a man of many talents. Not only can he illustrate, pencil and ink, he's a colorist too. And I seeing these rough colors you put in already, it has such a attitude to it already. Now it's definitely giving it a I guess a atmospheric quality to it. So I'm looking forward to seeing what you're gonna do with it.
Hopefully I can.
And now we're not looking at it anymore.
Why did you take it off?
I took it off because I'm going to do some shameless self-promotion because I have a piece that's starting to hurt my feelings that no one has purchased it. More than likely because I overpriced it, and that's fine. I'll overprice it until somebody wants it. But Daddy needs a new pair of shoes, and Daddy has a lot of people to pay Christmas presents for. So I'm gonna expand my screen and show you guys this one.
Okay, here we go.
Here you go. Check this out. There's my.
Oh, Witcher! It's your
Oh,
Witcher
wow.
Track, baby.
That's
Oh
awesome.
my.
That is
Pretty.
That is still pretty and up for sale. So
Dang, dude.
I'll self-promote on my own show. I don't care. I'll do it.
Yeah, you
Right.
can
Dude, it's
mail it out.
Unity. That violates the rules. I got to report you to you.
Just in time for Christmas. Just in time
Just
for
in
Christmas.
time.
I have a random dragon one that's around here somewhere that I should.
Joe, what do you want for it?
What? Who said that?
What do you want for
Is
that?
that Nick?
That
Yeah.
was Nick.
Nah, man. I don't want to.
It's like,
I don't want
it's
to tell
like
you how
DM
much I
me.
want for it.
And I
Send me
wanted
a private
I wanted-
message, man. If Saint Nick can make it happen, Saint Nick will make it happen.
$300 in Ethereum.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Hard cash.
it's gonna be crypto.
I'll trade you my NFT that's worth
That's exactly
nothing, apparently.
Yeah.
No one's bought it yet.
Yeah.
I'll get you a NFT, a virtual NFT of it, and I'll take a picture of it, and you can purchase that one.
Sounds good.
You can print that.
Go on go on OpenSea. Check it out there.
Yeah, I mean,
if you
Yeah, go
Now I
ahead.
gotta check my crypto.
Yeah, if you want to follow what Nick does, it's like once you put it out there, just buy it yourself, and it's going to go up in value. You know,
You
put it
buy
up
it
there,
yourself.
buy it.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Okay,
So
so
you
now
get
we've
the money
reached-
back.
How many more can we get on the screen? Hey, Steph, can you hear us?
Yeah.
One more.
Oh, great. I'm happy that Steph got on. Good. We are getting so small on this screen. I may have to
I
bounce.
know.
We're getting tiny.
Yeah. Let me see.
I've only
here.
got
Let's do it this way.
15 minutes.
There we
left
go.
Anyway,
Oh, there we go.
Oh, that's
The
a
box
lot. That's a lot of people. Stay on your screen.
Everyone trying to get in their box.
Yeah.
Just
Weird
turn on.
rectangle
Well,
thing.
hey guys, I'm gonna head out and spend some time with
Man,
the
we just
family,
got
but I
this thing
wanna-
perfect.
wanna-
You're gonna mess up the whole system.
There we go.
I know. I've
We
never
got like
seen
half
this
of Ed's
video.
head.
I've never seen this.
I got,
All right,
I got
Armando.
I got your private message.
Selfish.
You know? He was like, "Get the hell out."
Readjust your whole setup so you're on screen.
Adjust your everything.
Yeah, well, first, if you guys don't know, this is Steph Wilson. How the hell do I describe you in a clean setting? Let's
Circles.
see here. No.
Circles.
Huge-
Lots of good.
Absolutely
lots of circles.
top notch. Hey, Armando, thanks for stopping by, buddy. I'm gonna
Yeah,
do a full
peace,
goodbye.
guys.
This time.
Y'all have a great night, everybody.
Thanks for
You too,
coming in,
brother.
man. I appreciate it. Steph Wilson, let's see here. Top-notch indie cover artist, superstar.
That work.
Totally a beast.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah, total beast. And definitely, if there's anybody I know that, or semi-know, I don't want to say I know you, but I've been following you around for like a stalker.
Stalking. You've been stalking them for a while.
Yeah.
Just a little
So
while.
anyone that you can see their artwork and it's that person. Like you can tell from a mile away, it's Steph Wilson. Like it's pretty awesome what you've done. This is a good opportunity to maybe to transition a little bit to getting in the indie space and everything, and how we all sort of found our success in our own space. So I'd be very interested to know sort of how you started this and you found that niche that really works for you. Have you been doing it for a long time and it just sort of got caught, or was it recent?
The strange thing is everybody always, one of the first things they say is something about that my style is different. The interesting thing is I started as a hobby drawing fan art, and actually I had sold a bunch of comics and Dungeons and Dragons and collectibles on eBay, and when I ran out, my wife says, well, why don't you sell your sketches? So I drew a couple sketches, and I drew very realistically at first, and this was about 6 years ago, say maybe 7 years ago. So I started selling these fan art sketches on eBay, and it was a very realistic style. But what happened was I started selling a lot of sketches, and they started selling really fast. And it was a hobby for me because I had a full-time career. So I just started drawing faster and faster and faster, and that simplified my style. And whatever it was that I drew, I always say it, my fans created my style. Whatever my fans bought right away, that was my indicator to draw more like that or more things like that.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, I was just selling the art through eBay and stuff. And my wife said, get on social media, do this, put more time into this. And I guess having a different style, when I walked into social media like that, some comic creators picked up on it and said, hey, I want that on a cover. And next thing I knew, I was doing covers.
Are you talking to other people, or are they coming to you, knocking on your door? Like, are you still sort of trying to figure it out, or are you just getting a lot of inundated with a lot of different offers?
Well, what happened was at first, the first year was a little slow with people coming to me. And I had to build up a little bit of confidence. Then what I learned was to hustle, like big time hustle. Tune into live streams, comment on live streams, start to get to know the people, and throw little digs in there. Hey, you need a variant cover? And that kind of became my signature, that I'm kind of annoying. I'll pop into your live stream and say, hey, what this comic needs is a sexy variant cover. And it just became like a tongue-in-cheek joke. But then people started asking me for covers because I was doing that. So
and the funny thing is, I've seen it multiple streams where somebody says it for you.
Yep.
They're like, you know what you need? You need a sexy variant
You need a
cover.
sexy variant cover. So I play
That's
into
how I
all
ended up
those.
following you.
And people joke about circle templates because they talk about the boobs I draw all the time. But you know what? If that's what I'm known for, that's fine, just as long as I'm known,
Dude, you got your niche, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, as long as you don't.
That's what I noticed about you, about your art. I was like, it's got to be a chick drawing this, because I'd never stalked your page enough to find a real picture of you. So I was like, Steph, probably short for Stephanie.
Yeah.
I'm gonna follow this because the boobs are fantastic.
That's the funny thing is, half the people who ever asked me for a cover, literally half the people who ever asked me for a cover thought I was a girl when they were asking me. And then we do a couple
I'm gonna
covers
challenge
or
you and have you
something.
draw one of my guys with boobs.
And then they would just come out and they'd go like, are you a girl? And I'm like, no.
Man, I like girls. Obviously, huge fan.
I have so many followers on Instagram who probably still think I'm a girl because I've never posted a personal picture on Instagram. So if somebody follows me on Instagram, all they're going to see is the art. They always assume I'm a girl. I'm always getting solicited on Instagram.
I may have done that once, and I'm sorry.
No, that's okay.
I figure divorce times were tough.
My thing is, I don't care why they're following me as long as they're following me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to dial in, brother.
You gotta buy
as long as they're buying your variant cover, you'll take as many dick pics as you need.
Exactly.
Yeah, but I was going to take them to dinner first. Jeez. I'm a gentleman.
Well, talking about, I wanted to have Jackson for you to expand on something that I've always found very interesting about you, because I was following you on Instagram before you made your big push, where you basically said, I want to say it was like 6 months, you just drew like 200 pieces or 300 pieces or something crazy, and you just did like every single one. Like you remember when you did this? Obviously, maybe I'm not describing it very well, but it was, I want to say it was like 3 or 4 years ago. Maybe it was longer than that. I'm getting to the point where my years are going too fast. But it's like you were at a level that I could look at and go, okay, I could figure out how to do that. Like that's cool. Like I can do that. I'm a peer. And then like one day you just decided, you know what? I'm looking at the ladder and I'm going to go all the way up, the mountain on this ladder, like that. Like every day you were putting pieces out. I'd be really interested to know how you came about making that decision. Was it something that somebody said to you? When did you start like gauging if you were hitting certain milestones? Were you studying while you're doing it, or were you just grinding and drawing and drawing and drawing?
Yeah, I think it was more so grinding. Like, I don't know if many of you guys listen to Gary V, but I used to listen to him quite a lot. Because
I want to be rich.
Yeah, he's got a lot of good wisdom in terms of trying to become successful and stuff like that. And he's not, you either love him or hate him, but he's not very slimy. Like, he's a pretty genuine guy. So I follow a lot of what he says, and he's very good at building up social media and all that kind of thing as well. So I sort of just got to the stage where I built, a portion of my social media following to, like, I don't know, I got to like 12K or whatever, and I was like, holy shit, like I can do it. I found something. And then I just, that was when I did traditional, so it was color pencils. And then I was like, all right, how can we speed this up and not have all this shit everywhere all the time? So I got the tablet, and I still do love traditional stuff, but just the tablet for me, I became a lot more efficient. And then I was like, all right, well, what next? What can I do? And I was like, 100 drawings in 100 days.
That's what it was.
I started that, so that's probably something you're referring to.
Yeah.
And then that turned into, just every day. I was trying to just get better and better and pump it out. But I didn't do any proper courses until maybe like a year or so ago, or a year and a half ago, during COVID, or just before COVID. Sorry, I did a concept art course for a year. But it was just watching YouTube videos, trying to study the art of like Ryan Meinerding and stuff like that. The guys that worked on like the Avengers and things, because that's the type of stuff I love to draw. And yeah, man, it's just a lot of grinding. Like all these guys, everyone who's got some form of skill behind them, is you just grinding pretty much every day. And I just got good at doing that, and also working it into my social media. So when I draw, I post. When I had a process, I'm posting the process. When people talk to me, I talk back to them, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, it sort of got me to the point where I am at the moment.
How do you feel about people taking your art and putting it on their Instagrams and stuff? Because I do see a lot of that where they'll just swipe and be like, "Oh, this is like."
I couldn't care less, man. I couldn't care less. Yeah. Honestly, like
That's
a lot
what
of
I'm talking about.
A lot of artists get stressed about that stuff, but honestly, like, I'm not rich, but like I make a comfortable living off doing art, and I wake up and I can draw superheroes and shit every day. Like, I don't really care about anything else. I got like my statues and my Pokemon cards behind me. I can draw pictures. I don't care if someone takes my art or puts it on a t-shirt. Oh, of course I'll be like, hey man, can you stop stealing my art on your t-shirts or whatever? But at the end of the day, I couldn't really give two shits. So yeah.
No, that's awesome to hear, because I've gotten asked a couple times, like especially with my style and stuff like that. There are artists who will work a single piece like for days and days on end. And I must have ADD or something like that. So that 100 drawings in 100 days, that's exactly what I do. I can do 2 or 3 in a day if I grind at it. And I just figure I get a little bit better with every drawing I do. Like, I can't sweat over a long time over a drawing and try to make it better and better and better. I'm just going to get better with the next one, and get better with the next one, and get better with the next one. Yeah. And there's not a whole heck of a lot of artists out there that feel that way, that like grinding through pieces is how you get better. And and what he said about social media, he's exactly right. If I rough it out, I snap a shot, it goes on Instagram. if I finish the drawing, I snap a shot, it goes on Instagram or maybe a process video or something like that. Like if you're not doing the social media almost as much as you're drawing, you're just missing the market completely. Like you could draw the greatest drawings in the world, but if nobody's seeing them, you're not getting any business.
And nobody's going to give a shit. You got to show them to get followers. So yeah, I don't care if it's just I drew on a cocktail napkin while waiting for a flight, a couple of whiskeys deep. I'm going to post it on social media.
Yep.
And what I like about Instagram is that once I hit send, it goes to my Facebook, goes to my Twitter. It's got all the hashtags on there.
Yeah, that's cool.
You know, it's a way to blast it. So you got to make your artwork also just kind of like how I feel about making money. My money, I want it to make money while I'm sleeping. I want my artwork to draw in new followers while I'm sleeping.
That's why it's got NFTs.
If
someone sells your NFTs, you get royalties till the end of time. Never stops.
And part of it too with social media is you get what you put into it. And people are like, "Oh, I post all the time. I post all my stuff." I'm like, but you got to understand, it's a social engagement platform. So what it wants to do is make sure that people looking at your content are staying on the platform longer so they can get exposed to ads. So if you just put pictures of your artwork up there and you get like 35 reactions, that's nothing. That's not keeping anybody engaged with the platform. So the more times that you're on social media, commenting on other people's posts, interacting with other people's posts, Facebook algorithms come crawling after you and take your posts and share it out more because they know that you're an engaged user of the platform. So they make your content more visible to more people. And people don't understand it can be 6 hours a day. You could spend 6 hours a day on social media easy just trying to build business.
I think I'm a massive social media whore.
Welcome to the club. We meet on Thursdays.
You know, I got the group of over 60,000 for How to Draw Comics, right? Plus my own stuff. And I'm always, you know, I've done Facebook ads, done all that. And I find what works better for me is just pimping myself out, drawing lots of boobs, sharing those boobs. And people like those boobs. I invite them to like me because they like my boobs. And, you know, it just kind of, it's synergistic. We all love boobs.
Are you trying to hit boobs a certain number? Because I don't think that there's a, do we have like a tracker? Like
maybe there's a drinking game.
Hey, yeah, can we,
have you seen his boobs?
Well, there we go.
They're huge.
Yeah, Steph, if
They
you
have some
shoot
good
us
girth
a boob graphic, then we can put some numbers on top of it. Each time someone says boob, we
just
shoot
have
it
a
on the
counter
screen.
going.
I'll take a drink every time somebody says boobs.
Boobs, 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 boobs,
idea.
boobs,
I'll be right back.
boobs,
It has to be an even number.
Multiples of 2. It has to be like,
Oh
right?
man, math. Can't be doing math up in here.
He didn't really go to get a counter, did he?
I think he went to get a calculator. It's like, I can't compute this.
Joe, just divide by 2, man. Come on.
Oh yeah, there we go. There you go. So Jackson, you were talking about like one day you woke up and you had 12K followers. I just looked at your Instagram. You have 149K followers. I mean, that's impressive.
Damn.
Yeah, that's those are some killer numbers. Yeah. I think I need to get my own Pokemon collection to stick in my background so I can be just like you. But yeah, how long have you been? I mean, did you see this exponential growth like in the last couple years, the last 3 years, last 5? I don't know. When did you see
Teach us, Oracle of the Instagram. Teach us.
Yeah, exactly. I'd like to hear the story.
Think it's much harder to grow it now because of the way the algorithm works. Same thing. What happened with Facebook when you got in early, obviously it showed way more of your followers. When I started initially building, when I got to that 12K, I think the algorithm would show maybe 40 to 50% of my following. When every time I post something, it would pop up 100% for those people. And then obviously if they engage, more people would. But now it's something small, man. Like if I don't do consistent posts, like I'll get like 1% of my following seeing one of my new pictures. So it is difficult at this point.
I think the new algorithms are something like 10% is the top level. You're only going to get 10% of your followers are going to see your content. That was the 2021 algorithms.
Now that said, Mark Zuckerberg made an interesting announcement a couple weeks back. He said, and this, if I'm reading it right, he said that we get to get our contacts for our Facebook followers, as in small businesses are going to get their email contact. He wants to make it easier on small businesses.
Yeah.
So if I could get like the thousands of contacts that I have through my Facebook page and stuff like that, that helps, because then I can reach out to them in multiple platforms.
Right.
That's interesting.
That would be interesting. Like, this was part of his announcement for small business packages, promotion and stuff like that. And one of it was, I'm going to give their contacts to you, but I don't how that actually translates and how that's going to work. I'm kind of holding off till the new year to find out, right? But who knows?
Well, there's also something where they're allowing your personal profile to turn into a business profile. So that's also an interesting thing to be able. If I could switch over the 5,000 I have, the biggest thing is though, whatever you have on your personal, I don't think it allows you to go over. You're still stuck on whatever that number is. So I have a public profile page, but like a public figure page, but I would have to start at like 500, and that's incredible.
And I've seen a bunch of artists who wanted to switch their personal profile on Instagram to a business profile because they were kind of encouraged to do that. And the problem they ran into, they thought, was that they seemed to lose even more engagement and lose more followers, because at that point, Instagram wants you to advertise.
I was going to say
they want you to buy shit.
Like Facebook, with the algorithms don't hit as much on your on your page as it does your personal.
So you're better off staying in a personal profile if what you're looking to do is grow followers.
Well,
otherwise, if you go to the business profile, you'll be paying for ads from then on.
Well, for sure. I was morally talking about the meta Facebook stuff that's changing, specifically off of Instagram, but. Facebook like constantly paying for advertisement, constantly paying for views. It's trying to figure out what works as a advertisement versus what works as gaining followers versus organic followers versus whatever it is. A lot of times they're just bot accounts that they don't really do anything. But it's a challenge.
A lot of big pages. Sorry, Joe. How long is this going for? I'm going to jump out to this quick meeting.
Oh yeah.
If you guys are still going, I can come back in. I just
this will go.
Go handle your business, son.
I'm sorry. Okay, so this goes for 3 hours.
Go handle
starting
your
at
business.
7. 3 hours.
PM. So, what is it? 2 more hours.
Okay. Well, I got to jump out. I don't know how long this thing's going to go for, but if I'm not
come
back,
back
it was nice meeting everyone.
You
fun.
too, man.
We'll do it again for sure.
Awesome. Yeah, this is the last one of the year, but we'll start it back up again in January. So every Friday, same time.
Awesome.
So
cool.
Hopefully, we have a little more art in the next one. We'll see. Some people are drawing, so that's good.
Yeah, I'll get Jack the next one.
Thanks, bud.
See you guys.
Later. Nice meeting you.
You know what, guys? I got to bounce as well.
Yeah, brother.
But I'm glad I got to come in on this this New Year, end of the year thing, man. You guys are all very cool, and I'll be back a lot more in the new year.
All right, that's awesome, and we have some things to talk about. And if you watch our New Year special, then I'll do a couple of shout outs towards you. So we'll see.
Cool, man. And there's a lot of familiar faces. Death has been my bud forever, man. We've known each other for feels like decades now. But I love seeing the new work from Nick, from Vic, like all these guys. It's just it's inspiring. So I'm doing.
Oh, you follow me? I love it.
Oh, go ahead and give us a little bit of information on the sequential thing real quick before you leave.
Just a quick thing. Death can talk about it later. It's actually me and Death came up with it. I've been doing the sequential challenges now for a few years now, and it's not a talent search, although it could be. Like guys get scouted out of it. It's really how to draw comics, right? So it's all about. We give video feedback to all entrants that submit pages and everything. And so Death wrote out a quick 2-page script, a turtle script for us for Christmas. And it's just going to be nice and simple. I'm trying to think right now, the prizes have been growing. Joe and Comics Cast is contributing to it. So I haven't quite bundled the new packages now, but basically winners get hundreds of dollars. Everybody gets video feedback. Some of the top 3 will get one-on-one hourly mentorship programs and stuff like that. Like there's a lot of good things, and it's geared towards helping young creators. Sorry, not young creators. starting creators or nobody's young anymore. I don't
No.
know. Really get
Not me,
get
man.
some
I'm old as
knowledge
fuck.
and get some good feedback, because nowadays, Comic Cons are shut down all over the place. We can't bring our portfolios around, and so let's do it online.
Exactly.
Perfect.
Exactly.
Cool.
Yeah. Thanks, Ed.
So Jeff, can I hype it up a little bit more for me? I'm gonna go watch a movie with my girls.
There you
Nice.
go.
Attaboy.
All right, gentlemen. It was cool hanging
See you
out.
later.
Hey, Ed,
And we'll see you guys soon.
hey,
All right, peace.
when you said there's a hundreds of dollar prize, can I
It's changed.
enter? I
It's
can
changed.
enter.
It's
Yeah.
changed.
Can I enter too?
You can answer.
Oh, you can
Gerald can answer. But
You're a judge.
Gerald,
You gotta
yeah. So Gerald and Death and
I'm out.
and anyone with Comics Cast is all out. They're not allowed to win the money. But anyone else can.
I didn't hear about that. I didn't agree to that. This is all news to me. Like, thanks for.
Where was that in the bylaws? I didn't see that.
Yeah, I didn't hear that. It's like this is all news to me. It's
I'm
like
pretty sure I've been to every union meeting. This never came up.
Nah, it's in the fine print.
Fine print,
Yeah,
baby.
Death-
No,
Death
Nick,
has
you're
been
not in the.
encouraging me too. Yeah,
You didn't see it in paragraph 5?
Subparagraph B.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
No,
I gotcha.
but
I
that's
gotcha.
pretty
It would
cool.
not. It would
'cause-
not be right that money that came from Comics Cast went right back to Comics Cast. That wouldn't be right.
That's
What
good
were you
biz,
saying?
I
man.
don't know. It sounds okay for me to get money from my thing.
I'll give you a IOU NFT.
That works. You got to make it first. You got to make the NFT.
Gotta mint it. What?
I
Hey,
owe
what was
you
the?
a
On-
made up
on-
NFT
what
that
was
I
On
made
saying?
yet.
I kind of heard her chime in. What were you saying?
That's pretty cool that you guys are putting up such kind of like events or program, because for me, I just started getting into interiors, and like I just did Steph is actually on it. Steph Wilson did a cover for Balak.
Yes.
Yeah. I was like,
3,000.
Yes.
It's like Steph is like going, "What color did I do? I've done so many."
yes, the one with the purple hair, and then there's the guy in the
Yeah,
background. You
I
had to
saw
draw
it.
snow.
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah, that piece on and Steph, that looks like a great project, and I have to say that it's in the short time that I've been with Comics Cast and meeting all these indie creators, it's nice to see a community, where there's a lot of overlaps where people will work on different projects. Steph, I mean, you must be on like everything. It's like you're like the,
my
you're the
goal.
glue. You're like the glue that's like holding all
He's
the
done,
indie
he's done
creators
3
together.
covers for me yet. I still haven't hired him. He just did them.
It's my goal.
Yeah.
I opened
let
up
me
after
address Roy
getting
real
a print
quick.
run. I'm like, why Steph stuff in here? Oh,
So Roy says that he's supposed to join because he heard Joe's giving away an iPad and Apple Pencil. That is not happening. And it's not Joe giving it away. This is Comics Cast supporting How to Draw Comics and their sequential challenge. So it's not. I'm not just giving people random money. It's from the business. It's not
Yeah.
my money.
Well, that's total news to me. I was already like plotting my pages, talking to Death about like what I should do, and then today I find out I can't do it. So
You just can't make $100 if you win. And let's be serious. Come on, man.
Are you gonna win?
I'm not gonna win. I'm not gonna win.
I'm just asking. I don't know.
It's gonna be just a mess of scribbles. That's all it's gonna be.
No, you're badass, man. Every single time you do it, you get better and better. You could win this year. The problem is you need to go in nameless, so they don't know who you are, so they have to pick you because I think that you're too big. Your name is huge. In the lights.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got, and you know what? Pick a fake name, and it has to sound vaguely like a girl. Telling you,
it's
a big
I
seller.
think,
it's a
I'm
big
gonna,
seller.
like,
Big
I'm gonna go
seller.
I'm gonna go for the Steph approach. I'm gonna spend the Christmas break trying to figure out a female pen name. Maybe I'll talk to On. On can help me out with that, and we'll see what happens with that. And and I'm gonna break out my circle templates. And,
exactly.
See if I can find
A semi-girl's name, draw some big boobs, and you're gonna win that panel contest.
Boom, 100K a year artist right there.
That's right. NFT.
Game over. You totally win.
Blockchain that. Blockchain that. Yeah.
Let's be honest. It doesn't matter if you use his name or not. Once you see the art, you know it's him.
Jeff, do you still have your screen? What happened to it?
I'm gonna clean everything
sorry.
up. So
no, you're good. I was curious.
Oh,
On,
sorry.
on an
On her
amazing
third-
piece of art you've done here. Amazing.
She's done three pieces of art.
Very.
She's on her
I
third
love the
one.
simplicity of it. Oh,
Yeah.
there it is.
Yeah,
There
that
you
is
go.
Snow Storm.
Uh-oh.
That's simple. Look
Wrong
at that.
one.
Look
There
at
it
that.
is.
Look how simple that is.
Wow. Wait a minute.
Okay, I'm gonna have nightmares tonight. Look at that. I thought
Awesome, because that's what it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
There's only one problem, man. I can see a little bit of white paper in the bottom right corner. You gotta
Oh,
put
no.
something in there. It just
It has to be white.
You got to get them
actually,
ink numbers
because
up.
This is
I
what
know.
it's supposed to be like.
oh geez, that's much better.
Oh.
Fill the whole page.
Cool.
That is
Yeah.
sick.
So it's
know what?
actually
I
a
know-
Magic the Gathering card commission, a private commission.
Wait,
I had to do
wait,
it
did you
that
say
way.
Magic the Gathering? Is that what you said?
Yes, but it's a private commission, not the company.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say this is what I totally hate about Magic the Gathering is that there's so much great art, but then they put it on like on a card, and it's like tiny. So it's sort of
Yeah.
like when I can
Yeah.
see stuff like
All
this.
the
Look at
details
this.
get lost.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna say I just became friends with An, and I was like going through her entire page of just looking at all of her art, and it's incredible. If you haven't discovered her yet, I definitely recommend following her. Lots of really good art. I mean, you can just see this, and it's traditional.
Yeah.
Do you do digital as well, or
No,
is it
fully traditional. So
fully traditional? Oh my gosh! You know what it is? I think it's because you live in Hawaii. I think we all need to move to Hawaii and get that
No,
positive vibe.
I mean, it's just rubbing it in now because, like, oh, I can do all this amazing work, and oh, yeah, I get to stay on the beach all day and say aloha.
Yep.
Oh my gosh! It's like I can draw and I live in Hawaii. That's what
Yep.
it is. So.
I mean, that's the only environment that beats where I live. I live in San Diego, and I live 2 minutes from the
Oh,
beach.
San Diego. Okay.
well,
I'm gonna
is
give a
it-
shout out to the chat. I'm gonna go ahead and put the link in again, guys. This is an open door studio, so just come on in if you want to talk to any of these great artists. If you've seen them around, you just want to chat with them. This is your opportunity to jump in and just sort of hang out. All right.
but
that's all
if it helps, everything in Hawaii is very expensive.
yeah, I heard the
There
milk
you
was
go.
like $8 or something.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
yeah.
Terrible.
Eggs is at least $5 and up. I don't know if it's gone up. Yeah, and yeah, everything is expensive. We have to ship everything in, and when we
Yep.
run out of toilet paper, it's island madness.
Island
banana.
Madness.
It's banana leaves. That's what you gotta use. Banana leaves.
Yes, banana leaves.
Those are rough, bro.
Yeah, you know, it's
They are.
funny.
They're
Artists get picked on if they're not. Like when I was in Jersey, nobody made fun of me. The minute I moved to Cape Cod, suddenly it's like, oh, look at this rich artist. He gets to live in Cape Cod. Isn't he fancy? So it's the same thing. She lives in Hawaii. That doesn't mean she's rich and famous
Nope.
and living the
means you're
lifestyle on the beach.
Slightly poor.
She's working.
Because you got no money because everything's so expensive. I just want to point out that Gerald hasn't done nothing the entire
I've
time
been
he's on
talking.
screen.
I've been talking. I've been
There's not a damn thing.
It's not
That-
about like this art. It's about other people's art.
That prize is getting further and further away.
Exactly.
Steph, I'm still trying to come up with the name. Once I come up with the name, then I'm gonna draw. So
Marius, you're not late. You can jump in whenever you want, brother.
yeah.
Except for right now.
Look at Death.
I'm not used to digital inking. It's like I'm a
It's
traditional pencil.
With the iPad and the Apple Pencil, it's very much it's as close as you're gonna get to doing analog stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
I just haven't found the
I
right.
found
Yeah, but see,
digital,
now
brush.
I work with Kerry. She does the digital inks and the digital colors on all of my work. And the funny thing is, when we switch back and forth, like if I try to show her where to put a line in on something digitally, that pen slides all over the place on the iPad. Like I'm used to textured paper and the pencil dragging on the paper. And the funny thing is, she'll go to look at one of my papers and she'll actually put her fingers on it to spread the page to make it larger. Like she's so into the digital side of it that she interacts with regular drawing pads as if they're a digital pad, and vice versa. I try to get on her iPad, I will make a mess of that in 2 seconds.
I like using the Wacom because it's got a tooth to it, just like paper, man. So it's got
okay.
kind of got that feel to it.
Yeah. No, because I just touch that pen and it just slides right across the page.
Yeah,
I'm like, oh, I cannot use that thing.
You can get
I don't want to like stick and bother and sort of like pick on, but she's now moved over to a third drawing.
4. This is 4.
Is it 4?
Number 4.
Look at this.
I have
You gotta remember, she's been doing this for 3 years. Wait till she's been into it for at least 2 pounds of flesh, and you have so many ideas running in your head, and you're like, you start one drawing, but you're thinking of another drawing you're gonna do later. Next thing you know, the drawings merge. You're like, crap, I gotta get another piece of paper.
Yeah.
That's okay. You go ahead and flex. You flex all you want.
It's okay. She's like,
You just-
No, these are actual stuff I have
don't
to
even want to draw
finish.
anymore. I just want to watch her.
Yeah, I think we're gonna call it Friday Freestyle and watch on go to town and stuff. But yeah, this is great. I like watching other people because I don't get a chance to watch people draw. Like on Let It Out, I had to put my head down and draw, and I don't get to watch people draw live. I have to watch it afterwards. So
Well, usually moderating, aren't you?
Well, yeah, but when it gets to the live drawing part, then I'd like to sketch jam with our guest. But this is a treat for me. I love watching the process, so it's really cool. Speaking of the process,
watch me develop a new character.
Gerald
likes to watch.
that is his MO though.
This is what Phil's working on, right?
Yeah,
I'm working on something for an RPG. I'm working
looking
on
at it through my phone too. So
stuff with Dave Sumi over at RMD Comics, but he's doing some illustrations for an RPG, and I'm working out about 5 different pieces along this line. I'll even give you a sneak peek at the other one that's not quite ready yet, but I think you guys were talking about Thor earlier and stuff.
Yeah,
and of course, I've moved on to
Ravens.
Been working on issue 2 of White Devil over at Silverline, man. I'll give you a couple pages of the intro sneak peek, man.
I love Phil's work. I love watching you do it, man.
Thanks.
Actually, the first time I've actually seen you do the work, I've always seen the aftermath.
Oh no, this is not good.
What's that?
Gerald's new show is going to be called "Let It Out While You Let Me Watch."
Oh God, that's an OnlyFans. That's his OnlyFans page, man.
Yeah,
That's a different kind of social media.
Here's the funny thing: you're joking, but I have an OnlyFans.
What?
I'm not surprised.
I do, because
We're
when
going to have
it
to
came out,
rethink our business arrangement.
No.
I have to see your OnlyFans and judge you.
I do too.
Yeah,
I've got
you know what?
I've got
Here's why I don't make money.
oscillating fans and ceiling fans on mine, and
yeah, but here's why I don't make money on OnlyFans, because I post drawings while everyone else is posting buttholes.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So
you're not posting drawings.
I'd probably make more money if I just took feet pics, But I'm posting my artwork, and they're like, "No, I want boobs." And
I don't know if anybody wants to look at your
feet pics. You'll have
oh no,
Quentin Tarantino over
20
there.
years as an infantryman, those feet are busted. But I guarantee you, there's someone that's into that, and it's probably a Marine.
Oh, jeez.
He's like, "Oh, look at this dirty grunt's feet pics."
No. Okay,
Yeah,
just for the
here's
record,
the story how I got there.
All right, so just for the record, just so everyone who's new to this platform who hasn't been here before, that it doesn't already know this is our late night show. So if you watch any of our other stuff, it's not like this at all.
I guarantee you, 99% of the other shows are family friendly.
There's 20% less foot content on the regular comics.
For sure. No
And
more conversation.
And 100% less OnlyFans promotion.
Yeah.
But Friday Freestyle, we got our other quota up because we have Steph on the show, and just because Steph is on the show, that other quota just went through the roof. So
there you go. I tend to drag down podcasts and live streams. Kind of my thing.
No, we can't draw a butthole.
I'll draw a butthole right here, right on his forehead.
Right now.
Right on this dude's forehead. I'll draw a superpowered butthole that gives him his powers.
Man, how quickly this segment totally
This
went
went south really quick, and I apologize.
You can call him Pucker, man.
I'm not going to get invited on a show ever again, man. I just killed it. No, but here's the funny story about how I.
But what?
I want to say, Steph, you brought this with you. These are.
I did not. Nope. I walked into this train wreck.
Pranced in more like it, but I mean, yeah. You're like, hey, we're going to talk about comics. Oh, buttholes.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to pull the plug on this thing.
Nah, negative. But here's how I got on it because it was
plug. I got that joke.
Yeah,
pull the plug.
I got
that
plug.
reference. I got that reference.
I got on it because it was supposed to be an alternative to Patreon, and then I got on there, and then I was like, I was raised Catholic. I'm going to hell. Because all the suggestions I got were all sexual content because I'm over 18, obviously. You know, I'm like, I'm just trying to sell content of comic books, and there's all the porn. There's so much porn.
I actually drew straight butt
Porn.
last freestyle. Do you guys want to see what it
You
looks like?
straight butt porn?
Go for it.
Not butt porn. I said.
Hold on, let me zoom in on this.
There you go.
All right, let's so Joe's.
You guys ready?
I don't know if any of us are ready, but send it anyway.
There you go.
Time to do it. No, Roy. There you go. Look at this. Look at this amazing piece of art.
Of butt porn?
Okay.
I like it.
Oh, that was the one that did the drip on you when you're.
Yeah, that's the one that like went to shit, and I was like, "Man, I'm done with you. I'm done with
dripping,
you."
But
I like
I
it.
learned
The
a
one
new
before
technique,
that
though.
turned out that you're still messing around with the background. I can't remember which one.
Yeah, I'm just gonna do a full paint over the background, get it one color, then I'll redo it. That's kind of a cool thing about paint is that you can do some layers to it, not as much as depending on what you're using. But this
What'd
is
you
all
say you're using gouache?
Yeah.
it's like
Wow.
now I can't think of any paint terms now without thinking of a butt.
Time.
Wash,
Yeah.
but just whatever.
This is going super south.
Oh no,
all the way
we've,
down.
I'm
corrupt-
looking
we've
at the
corrupted
comments right
Jarrell.
now. I look at the comments. There's a lot of OnlyFans comments coming in.
Yeah, a lot of Marius, Roy, and this. Hey, Unbox. Thanks for hanging out. Hopefully you wanted to give us a
Scrub
follow.
your brain and follow
But,
Christ or whatever.
This is the time to talk crazy.
I think.
Oh, my
as soon
interpreter
as-
from Iraq is on here watching us.
What's going on?
Oh, as soon as you guys started talking about the butthole thing, my audio, like my earpods, just like started cutting in and out. So all I heard was butt, and then butt, whole butt, and I was like, what?
That's pretty much what it was. That was
That's pretty much what it was.
Yeah, you didn't miss anything.
Yeah,
it
saw
was-
some buttholes.
No, we were talking about like it was transition. It was like this, but
All right. Yeah, let's get this back on track. What are we going to talk about here? Okay, so I'm going to watch Spider-Man tomorrow. I'm probably going to catch a couple of Witchers tonight.
Who
We're doing a
here
bunch
has
of stuff
watched
for
The
Comics
Witcher
Cast, but we're not going
season
to
2
talk
already?
about that until Sunday. What's the big thing that we could talk about? It's Friday. What are you guys doing for the weekend? How about that? Let's do weekend conversation. Anyone doing anything exciting?
Wrapping presents, bro. And
Bullshit.
drawing.
You're watching us Sunday.
I said drawing.
Okay, good.
I'll watch you because Sunday at work is family day, and if anybody doesn't know, and hopefully this doesn't cost you any followers, I'm a Border Patrol agent. So we're having a family static display, kind of like the Army does, bring the families in. Hey, look at all the cool stuff we got. And it's all just made by the lowest bidder, and I'm probably going to die on one of those pieces of equipment. But that's what I'm doing Sunday. But as I'm making sure nobody starts the rotors on dry land, I will be tuning in for Comic Cast.
Awesome.
Good. Awesome. Great. One of Mousa, is that how you say your name? Moose? Mouse?
Yeah, Mouse. He was
talks about
my
Matrix.
interpreter.
Is that weird to say Matrix 4? I
It's
guess
Matrix
that's
4,
accurate.
bro.
It's accurate.
Or no, actually, Matrix Reboot would probably be a better way to call it.
I don't know.
Yeah, right. It's been long enough. You got to kind of call it a reboot at this point.
I think
it's a
so,
sequel.
especially since the trailer is
It's
kind of showing that he's remembering his past.
Yeah,
Neo
it's
lives.
definitely a sequel. It's
a
definitely
sequel.
it's
It is.
absolutely 100% a sequel.
It is.
It's
Sequel
pretty much-
reboot.
Yeah,
it's
it's kind of
Neo.
like
It's
yeah. Go
it's
ahead.
now it's a Trinity. It's Trinity's story now. It's a.
Is it
it's
really?
no
Is that what it
longer-
is?
Well, if you look at it, Neo is trying to he gets his memory back or getting his memory back, and he's trying to get Trinity to remember. And so it seems like it's kind of like now Trinity is the key to like the whole thing. At least that's my impression of the trailer.
Actually, I mean, based on that, it makes sense. It shows the other side of the coin because the architect talked about that there were always two. There was Neo, and then there was somebody else that helped him throughout the other iterations, the other cycles, as he called it. So this totally makes sense that this is going to be Trinity's story, and that's badass.
Yeah,
I love
I mean,
Freedom Moss.
I think I might have heard that they're leading into another character completely different, though. Like something about what the kid from one of the previous ones or something.
The Spoon Kid.
The Spoon Kid.
There was something
There is
like
no
that I heard in
spoon.
the grapevine somewhere about bringing in some younger gen people that are going to would take over. And what it would be
Bring
like.
back the porn obsessed Newt who got whacked.
So Unbox is
First
wondering
movie.
about the. I think he's asking. Let me see.
On.
Yeah, I think he's asking on about your glove to see if that's for smudging the paper or what's the reason for wearing that.
I have hyperhidrosis, and it's just mainly on my hands and my feet. So I have to have this. I got this in Korea while ice skating, and I've worn through it, I guess. So this is what it is. But I need it, or else I'm gonna soak this paper wet.
You know what?
Oh, wow.
I already went on. Watching you draw. I already went on Amazon and ordered some mittens to match you. So I was like, I'm gonna draw like on. So one, I'm gonna get gloves like her. And I don't know if I can move to Hawaii, but
Jarrell got the mittens with
the
the
gloves
little
might
clip.
not-
Jarrell got the one with the little clips on it, so he can clip it on his jacket. and won't lose them.
So Sean,
her
you can
talent
jump
and
on at
skill
any
might
time.
not be in the gloves, Jarrell.
I give you a link, Sean. You can jump on whenever you want, brother. You can do your impersonations of me. That's fine. I'll give it to you.
Mm-hmm.
You could order J. Scott Campbell's gloves, Jarrell. I'm not sure it'll help you.
Let's bring this back.
Some pro level shade. Got it.
I know. Look at that. Well, it's like that joke, It's like, hey man, I saw you do digital artwork. Can I get your brush set? Because if I get your brush set, I can draw like J. Scott Campbell. It's never.
Yeah, absolutely. You
Yep.
can.
No, you just hit a button on the keyboard and it does it
Oh,
for
that's
you.
right. I'm looking
It'll-
for that. Draw like
Sean
like J.
Draws.
Scott
Sean
Campbell.
Draws is in the house. It is Sean Mendoza. All right, Sean.
What the hell are you talking about?
I think Sean came on here just because he wanted to do.
you miss
No,
the
no,
bugs?
I mean, I came here to ask if I could also draw, but like, my name's not Sean.
Oh,
It's not Sean.
My name is Joe Tolber, and this
Oh,
comics
here we
cast.
Oh,
I
wow.
believe that we can take one side of the
Oh my god, I almost felt bad for the show. I went for the joke. God, I feel dumb.
My name is Joe Tolber. I'm an Army veteran, and I also did this show called Comics Cast. Maybe you heard of me. I don't know where my leather jacket is. So I gotta
Damn, Joey's got your number, man. He's been practicing. Sounds just like you. If he called me on the phone, I'd be like, "What's up, Joe?"
Yeah.
Like, my name is Joe Tolber. I believe we can take one side of the world and the other side and bring it together. So that there's so many indie creators out there who are just waiting to get their stories heard.
Exactly.
Well, at least he's got the message right.
How accurate is that, Joe?
You gotta get it right though. It's Joe Cena, man.
Oh,
I'm Joe
can't
Cena.
see him. I don't know who you're talking about. I can't see him. I
Can't see him. Can't see him.
can't see him.
Anyway, you just wish you had that jacket. Now let me see the guns.
No,
Let me see the guns.
I'm not bringing the guns.
Are we
out,
showing
no.
guns tonight?
I'm not for that.
I didn't know we were showing guns.
This show
Yes.
is pro Second Amendment.
So this was basically, if you guys didn't know, this was the second episode, I believe, of Friday Freestyle. I was not there. So the first 40 minutes or so was just them like roasting me because I wasn't there.
They're
I
just
think the only
jealous.
one that kind of hurt my
They're jealous.
feelings was
Brian
Bright
Silverbacks.
Silverbacks. That kind of hurt my feelings a little bit.
Bro, you're an Army veteran, man. You don't have feelings. That
I
stuff
know.
got
I was
locked down
like, you
basic
know what?
training.
Every
Brian
once in a
roasted
while,
you?
I find them, and it hurts. That's what I'm saying.
Uh-huh.
You know what fixes feelings? Bourbon.
I got a fucking leather jacket to wear so that I can like fully do my impression of Joe. And
I've got a Joe Tolliver jacket. I just
You know,
need to
that-
get him to
that-
sign it at a
That
convention.
jacket is a Wolverine style jacket. Remember that scene?
Yeah,
in,
it's
Wolverine? Yeah.
It's a motorcycle racer jacket
Mhm.
with the stripes on the arms.
Yes.
Yeah, I need to get Joe to sign it because as soon as I get him to sign it, I'm framing it and I'm putting it in the office.
You're taking my jacket from me and framing it? Is that what you're talking about?
No, I'm taking my impersonation jacket of your jacket, getting you to sign it, kind of like getting a replica jersey and getting the player to sign it, and then I'm framing it and putting it in the office.
Get like any leather jacket, have Joe sign it, and then sell it on eBay.
Exactly.
Anyone.
I really think Joe should start rocking the lamb fur bomber jacket.
He needs an Evil Knievel jacket, man.
Oh no, he can't pull
Yeah.
that off. No offense,
Yeah,
Joe.
I'm thinking that.
But definitely a World War II,
Bomber jacket?
Bomber
Memphis
jacket,
Belle bomber jacket with just the thick sheep wool.
You know, I always liked what's the I always called him Mighty Mouse. He was the guy from the Fast and Furious. What's his name?
Vin Diesel.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah,
God,
Vin
I
Diesel,
was
right?
a second away. I was a second away from Vin Diesel.
So
You got
Vin
me.
Diesel,
Too
that
slow,
jacket
too
that he
slow.
wore when in was it Triple X, where he was like the bad
Yeah.
boy and he had that big
Yeah.
thick jacket. Like I wanted that jacket really bad.
But you gotta-
Standard
you have to-
King. What a cool name for a character.
Yeah, but you have to have the wife beater T-shirt underneath it. You know, while you're where you have the to pull off the hole, and you gotta do the Triple X logo on your neck as well.
Ugh.
You know, so
No,
It shouldn't be
tattoos
too
on his
hard
body.
because Joe could definitely pull off a young Nathan Summers. So aka.
You know, so
You
there's I don't have any tattoos on my body, and there's a very, very good reason why. Because when I was younger, when I was about 19, I wanted to get a tattoo on my back, and I was like, what am I gonna do? Like sharks are
Aim
fucking
here?
badass, but you know what's even cooler than sharks? Dolphins. Dolphins kill sharks, and they're super smart. So I was gonna get a dolphin on my back, and ever since then, I was like, you know what? I don't get to get tattoos. Like that's I don't make good choices.
Next thing you'll be getting a unicorn after
the
that.
dolphin was Flipper.
Okay,
Flipper
all
There
right.
he is.
Here's
You coming in? We
yeah,
got your
here's the
face?
deal, though.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we got you.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. All right, Joe.
What's up, guys?
Every tattoo that I have is one of my characters. So think about that. You can always do one of your guys.
You know what's tougher than dolphins? Butterflies. Get a butterfly, Joe.
Yeah, butterfly right on my right cheek.
There you go.
Dude, sea slug with a laser on its shell.
Yeah, ladybug.
Sea slugs,
Yeah.
ladybugs.
Ladybugs are actually creepy looking things before they get their shell. They're like little larva, icky like.
That's all
slime ball
insects.
things. They're disgusting.
You get a shark with a freaking laser beam on its
Hey
head.
Steph, are you drawing over there? Is that what I'm seeing you do?
Yeah, I'm just roughing something out on a piece of paper.
Okay.
Yes,
Roughing it
Steph
out.
likes
That
to
looks
draw on
pretty finished.
occasion.
That looks like clean lines.
Because that's my weekend. 4 covers. So
Oh, nice.
yeah. Which I'm not complaining. I'm just saying it's gonna be a busy weekend.
All right.
All right.
All right. Vic is bouncing. All right, buddy.
Yeah, I'm gonna be out. I'm gonna be taking off, you guys. I gotta go.
All right.
Okay.
Thanks for being
Take
on.
it
Thanks for
easy,
hanging
man.
out. We'll see you again on
Yeah,
Sunday.
we'll see you guys. Yeah, definitely.
Take care.
See you, Vic.
All right, bye, you
See
guys.
you later, man.
All right,
Later,
Vic, take it easy.
Hey, Joe.
So one of the big things that the biggest changes recently, Vic has come on, and we'll talk more on Sunday about this. But
Oh.
Vic is a huge force, man. He has been like just ground pounding this entire the last week, the last few weeks, as far as just producing content. Like he's incredible. Really, really excited for him to be a part of the team and be jumping on. So he's really excited about what we're doing. But anyway, we'll talk more about that. We don't need to talk about that here, but I just wanted to kind of point that out. Vic's been just killing it the last few weeks, getting a part of Comics Cast, really selling it and getting in. All right, Nick. What the hell are you doing, man?
I have
My
no idea.
camera fell off. My camera fell off.
I think we're witnessing a plane crash live. I'm not entirely sure.
Should I just see some comics?
There goes the pilot out the window, I think.
Oh, it's upside down. Okay.
He's
No,
back.
my camera fell off.
This is the best part of the show right now. This is crazy. You all right?
No.
You look like the Blair Witch Project going on.
Yeah, right?
Oh, God. Let me whip up some snot.
Oh,
No, no.
Oh.
Hey, you guys asked for it. I'm just saying, you guys asked for it.
And we
Hold
thought
on.
the show was going to get classy for a moment.
You had me on. The show's not going to get
Beth is
classy.
slowly building it back with his awesome Spider-Man. Just kind of doing his thing. He's like, I don't know what these guys are doing, but I'm selling my art.
Oh no, I'm just doodling. This is gonna get erased when this is over.
No, really?
I just think it's funny that Death totally hates Spider-Man.
I
but he's
do.
doing a kick-ass Spider-Man. So it's just-
I just such a boring character.
Such a boring character. I will,
Well,
fight
if
you.
you're
I will
gonna
fight
draw
you,
him, you
sir.
should make him exciting. Make him
I
exciting.
am going to go watch Spider-Man this Sunday though.
You see
Okay, good. You never know.
What? There's a new Spider-Man out?
Yeah, Phil. Where you at?
I'm
You all right?
totally bullshitting, man.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe you had a coma for the last 6 years or something.
No. Only on the second Tuesday of the week, man.
Hey Joe,
Spoiler. It's like
when
spoiler,
did
there's
you?
3 Spider-Men.
When were you in the army, Joe?
When was I in the army? Who asked me that?
Death.
Oh, that's Death?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm in the army right now, actually. I've been in the
Still in the
army for 16 years now.
16 years.
Yeah, so I started this company 2 years ago. Jero got on almost immediately. He's been a part of it from the beginning, practically. He was one of my first guests, actually.
Victim. First
Our
victim.
condolences.
And yeah,
Just kidding,
so
Jero.
it became officially a business a few months ago. We were able to knock it in and turn it into a business. And then next year is going to be moving into the phase of actually producing product and selling it. The first 2 years have been just brand building and promoting artists, promoting
Can you
indie
be quiet?
creators,
Yeah. you
getting
want.
people financed, getting
Don't knock
people
anything over.
through the finish line as best we can. So that's what we've been doing the last 2 years, and now next year is going to be all about production. So, yeah, I've been in the Army for 16 years. I do a lot of media for the Army, a lot of social media, video, photography, things like that. So it was a natural progression. I've been wanting to do this this app for a long time for indie comics, and the pandemic happened, and I was like, cool, I've got extra time. I'm not doing PT at 6:30 in the morning. I can start a little show called Fan Art in the Morning, and that's what started all this. So yeah,
That's really cool.
fan art. What was it? 30 days straight or 20 days straight or something like that.
Yeah,
And
you're
then,
on your way to being Jackson. You just-
Yeah. Oh my
you-
God.
you just did
I
the
think my
100
stuff was actually getting
100
worse.
morning.
That was the problem.
Hey, if you ever get stationed here in Hawaii, I'm down here.
I have been wanting to go to Hawaii for the longest time. One of the key places I want to go is in Hawaii, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen. I will say this, though. I will be moving to Hawaii if everything works out well. I will definitely get a summer home in Hawaii. I will definitely go.
Oh, I thought you were coming to like the East Coast. I'm like hearing all sorts of new news. First, I can't enter the Winter Slam, and you're moving to Hawaii. It's
You
like,
can
I've
enter
got a
the-
house in
we
North
don't talk
Carolina.
anymore. What's up?
I've got
with
a
that?
house in North Carolina, and I'll probably end up owning something in Maryland. So,
Listen.
yeah,
I'm a
I'll be on
judge,
the East Coast.
so you can enter.
You're the judge.
I'm one of the judges for that drawing thing, so you can enter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I got the official endorsement.
Yeah, no, you can enter. You're just not making the $100 because I'll just take it back from you if you get it. If they give it to you, I'm just going to take it from you.
Exactly, that's what it is.
No, because my family is actually with the army too.
Oh, yeah?
My dad's a civilian employee. He's a government employee, so we got stationed in Korea for forever actually, and then we finally moved here 2016. So yeah, I got lucky. It was either Virginia or Hawaii.
Oh
So we're
man,
like,
I'm in Virginia, so I got you. It's Virginia or Hawaii. I think I'm gonna go to Hawaii, right? So.
yeah.
What did you think about Korea?
Cold. Very cool.
It's kind of like the
No.
Matrix. You can't see the sun for the entire time you're there.
Yeah, it's actually very the sky is pretty gray almost all year round, but everything is very fast paced. You know, the subway system over there, the bus system, oh my god, nothing compares to that for me so far. They got a really fast paced city. Um, it took them actually 60 years to get to where they are, because the Korean War happened about 60 something years now ago, but it took them just that amount of time to build back from then. So you gotta give a prop to those people. They hustle.
Well, yeah, it's like night and day between North Korea and South Korea, though. So.
Yeah, for sure.
Literal night and day.
Yeah, I mean, I saw those those satellite shots, and like South Korea is like lit up like a Christmas tree, and then you look at North Korea, and there's like you barely can make out a road, you know. So, but
Oh yeah. If you're at the DMZ and you're staring into North Korea, pretty much that was our trip during school, but you're staring at nothing, pretty much. And they're like, look over there. It's North Korea, and then you got some fake buildings that they made at that time, but beyond that, it's like it's barren.
yeah, oh man, it's sad, it's so sad.
You guys are tracking. This is Marius's work. If you haven't seen his work before.
So Marius, is this still part of that huge epic mural style?
Oh
thing
yeah,
that
yeah.
you're doing? This is like
Yes, it is. This is the third and last section that I'm working on. Yeah.
You made some good progress.
Do you want to see?
Yeah, let's see it.
I can share a bit of it.
Yeah,
Okay.
don't tease us like that. Let's see it. Let's see this.
Gerald likes to watch.
Gerald does like to watch.
Okay, so this
Between
is
blockchains and watching. Yeah, here we go.
This is how big it will be.
Wow.
Turn on those layers. There it is. There it is. Look at that.
Wow, that's really cool.
That's from For Honor, yeah.
Yeah. You play?
Okay. My son plays.
Oh, cool.
I tried. It didn't go well.
Yeah, I can't play any of those like online games because unless you live on the platform, the moment that you spawn into the game, you get killed. I should just rename my name should just be called Fodder.
Get
I'm
gooder,
like Fodder.
Jarrell. Get gooder.
Get gooder, buddy.
Gooder is not a word.
Figure it out. Put it better.
It's gaming slang, man. Get with the times, Joe.
Figure it out.
Hey, but
Laura,
Marius,
you can jump on too. You don't have to worry about Marius. You guys could fight it out. It's okay.
Yeah, you can do it. You can do it.
Figure
Art
it
fight,
out.
yeah, I was gonna say Marius. That
You know what would be really cool, Gerald?
What was
Since
that?
we got Marius on here,
Uh-huh.
we do have a digital comic that we could show maybe a page of.
Ooh.
A digital comic. What are you talking about?
One of my pages?
What's going on, guys? What's
I think
going on?
we're supposed to save that for tomorrow.
We could save it. We could show one
not tomorrow, but
page.
for
It's
Sunday,
not going to
for
break
Sunday.
the internet if we show one page.
It might.
Are you Gerald's stalling because it's not ready to go, and that's okay. That's fine.
Yeah.
It is ready to go. I've seen it. You could pull it. Oh, you know what it is? We got to tweak a couple of things, don't we? For the
Actually, I'm not sure what you're talking about.
I'm talking about. You know what? I'm done with this. I'm gonna go have a cigarette. Oh,
Anyway,
you know what?
I want to tell Marius that that piece that you did, it definitely has the Alexander Lozano vibes to it. And before you heard all that thumping noise.
Sorry.
This is getting dirtier every single time.
Oh, Death is back. I love the transition that you're doing. That's sick, man. I like it.
My daughter did that.
Yeah, nice.
You guys see me. I stuck with technology. My daughter does everything.
Well, let me ask you this. You may not know the answer. Is that OBS that you're using?
I don't even know what that means.
I take that as a hard no.
That's a good response.
He's like going, Obi-Wan Kenobi?
Obi-Wan Kenobi?
I'll show you this, guys, real quick. Check this out.
Indiana Jones? What's
Look
going
at
on?
that. This is my art that I did today. What do you guys think?
Nice.
Oh, you're getting better, Joe.
Too boring.
I'm going to be honest here.
Two boring ass characters.
Some anatomy on here, and,
No, that's my son's work. He gave it to me to put on the wall, so I haven't done it yet. But.
well, in that case, it's awesome. Keep going.
There you go. See?
100%.
Be nice.
Oh,
but I know your skill level, Joe, and if you showed me that at a con, I'd be like, hard pass.
Hard pass. It would have been okay.
It's
if
your
you said
boy,
soft
so I'll
pass,
be like,
okay, hard pass is fine.
No, encourage the boy to go deeper into it. How old is he?
He's my middle child. He's younger. I don't.
Well,
I
need an
don't
age,
want to
man.
give any ages to my kids because there's sickos out there, man.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, you're absolutely right there. But no, I'll put it to you this way: 10 and under, phenomenal. Keep going. 10 to 13, maybe a little bit more critique, but still pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I like encouraging the youth.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No, it's
What
not
are
God.
we looking at right now?
What are we doing? Wait, now we've got another. Is that number 5?
And she's done colors. She's doing colors.
I give up. I'm not doing this anymore.
Oh my God!
I can't work on one thing for long. I
I've never
need to
seen
move
anyone
around.
more ADD than I am.
Do you do that? You bounce around through a couple different
Yeah,
places?
at least 4. Yeah.
At least 4.
Hey, can I show what I'm working on?
Oh, that's clean.
Yeah.
Oh, boys.
It was good to see it finally pop in. Fully,
Nice. Man, it's
fully clean. Let's see
amazing.
here. What do we got? Oh, Sean, you got your own. Okay, well, I'll do a full solo. There you go, Sean. Or Joe, sorry.
Okay, you guys ready?
Are you gonna do a Joe impersonation of your art?
I present to you. Very
Drum roll.
jacked up. Hold on. Shit.
It's a white
Oh,
piece of
white
paper.
screen, man. That was
so bright.
Come on, Joe.
Doing some new
Very-
modern
very
art
jacked.
there, man.
Show the art.
Joe Tolliver.
Oh my
I
I
can stand for you that so we can actually see it.
Put a shirt on me.
There. Look at that. It's
Joe
very,
Tolliver.
very jacked. Joe. Hold on.
Dear God, Sean, his nipples are bigger,
I'm starting
but
to
we
feel like there
every
might be
way.
an obsession.
Hold on. There we go.
No, you got to make the nipples bigger.
Yeah, where's the
There you go.
where's the nipples, man?
You erased his nipples. His nipples are bigger than that, man. What are you doing?
Oh, hold on.
Figure it out.
There you go, Joe. You need that's your tat. There's your tattoo. He's gonna design your tattoo for you, Joe, man. Right there.
All I gotta say is that Joe is so ripped that he doesn't have a 6-pack; he has an 8-pack.
I saw him buy it at the Class 6.
Look at that.
It's possible.
No. This is what I'm actually working on. I just did that.
Class 6 was holding a special. It was an 8-pack. No,
Is that Joe Tolliver too?
Oh, cool.
I have longer arms than that, man.
T-Rex Joe.
All right, Joe, I gotta go.
All right, Steph. Thanks for jumping in and hanging out with us.
It was fun. I gotta do this more often.
Yeah, cool. Thanks.
Steph,
Yeah.
so awesome to talk to you. I've heard so much about you, so it's good to actually have a conversation with
Face
you.
to face?
So,
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
you're
Come back in the new year. We'll hang out some more.
I definitely will.
All right, buddy.
Thanks for having me, guys.
all right, Steph.
All right,
Have a
man.
good one, Steph, man. Good luck.
Later.
Have a
Bye,
good night.
all right.
Happy holidays.
All right, Gerald, take over. I'm going to go away for a minute.
Oh, okay, all right.
Not that you were
Really?
really doing
Ladder
much
already?
before, but you know.
I wasn't drawing.
How can
I
you
can
get
tell
away,
that.
Joe, if there's another Joe in the screen?
I know.
It's like, I think Sean will just be Joe from now on.
No, who's
right.
Sean? Who the hell's Sean?
There you go.
Well, you know, my name is Joe Tolliver.
Now I will do the show as Joe Cena.
Joe Cena. Dun, 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 dun.
If I'm Joe Cena, then I shouldn't be here. It should just be a chair.
I don't know. Should I find it on my iTunes?
What?
Well, we don't want to play. We don't want to play any like copyright music.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
YouTube,
They're
well,
gonna get us kicked
YouTube
off.
and Facebook are
Damn
like,
algorithm.
hey man, this stuff ain't allowed in who gives a care North Korea, so they mute it.
Hey, so now that we got Death back on the headphones, I think this would be a good opportunity for Death to kind of talk about Winter Slam, his joint project with How to Draw Comics. And I can't participate in it, obviously, because of Joe. But but Death, you want to
get the real bylaw, Gerald.
Yeah.
Real bylaw.
So Death, tell us about it. I would love for you to, because we had some conversations and you told me about this awesome script that you came up with that is surely daunting. But the mic is in your hands. Tell us about it.
Who's Shirley Daunting?
That's one of Steph's characters. Shirley Daunting. It's a top secret. Hush. Anyway, yeah.
They asked me to do a TMNT script because they knew that I worked on TMNT. So like so I just came up with a 2-page script. He had criteria. He wanted as many people to enter as possible. So I made sure that it was more action oriented. I added in dialogue, very little dialogue. It's not even that much, really. I mean, anybody that can't fit the dialogue in there, I don't know. But like, it's basically added dialogue so that we could make sure that they understood how to leave space for captions and dialogues and stuff like that. And I mean, that's basically pretty much it. It's a super simple script. I just really wanted it to focus heavily on.
Okay, Death is being kind of modest here because I've watched. All right, I've only participated in 2 of the slams, but I've read the past scripts, and this by far is probably the most involved script that's been in a slam project. And I always thought that actually what you did should have been done, for SummerSlam, because it actually has a little bit more structure to it. It's not as free flowing as the Marvel style of the last slam.
Yeah.
But when I read it, it's like I could definitely see that the whole component. And I'm not going to give away all the spoilers. I think everybody should. It's not really a spoiler. Go to How to Draw Comics, look at the script. But there's one section in the script that just totally kind of blew my mind. It's one thing to show them as battle worn and beat up and weary and stuff like that. But then there's a scene where it pans out and there's a legion of foot soldiers, too many to count. And I was just wondering, how are people gonna draw that and then just to make it look like there's a zombie flood of foot soldiers that are gonna be there. And so I was going, yeah, this is totally easy. Totally can do this. So
Yeah.
that's how Death's mind works. So
In my head, right? The way I would do it. This is the way I would do it, right?
Okay. You draw every little foot soldier, right?
Well, you got to.
You can abstract it.
I would make it a splash, 2-page splash. I would have the panels kind of
right
on the first page, kind of covering the first page, but leaving open area for the splash of the second page to bleed through, so that you could fit more of those foot soldiers. And I didn't just want there to be foot soldiers. I wanted there to be every villain that you could think of. So foot soldiers, mousers, freaking
Triceratops,
Slash, whatever you can think of to put on there, because I want it to be fun for them. That's the main thing, is that it has to be something that people would want to participate in. And if you just do panel upon panel upon panel, people are just going to get bored of that and they're not going to be really interested in it. So I wanted the second page to be a splash so that they could kind of flex their artistic muscles, if that makes sense.
I see it. I totally see it. I think you were just going, well, you know what? I gotta create Endgame in my Avengers Endgame in my script. I want to do that. And now that you mentioned it, so it's sort of why stop it as a double page spread? Let's go ahead and do a 90s X-Men comic thing from the 90s where we do a triptych, where you fold out a third panel and work in that epic scene.
You know what?
Right there.
If you can make it work, you can take that 2 pages and make it a 3-page spread. I don't care.
Oh, it's gonna be a disqualifier. You gotta follow the script. If the writer says it's only 2 pages, stick to 2 pages. You can't break the rule and do a third page. But it's serious. On a serious note, it sounded really cool, and it's one of those things where, you read it and instantly, as I was reading it, I was forming ideas in my head just looking at it. Oh, what do you got here? Yep, Nick got that. He's silent. He's did you mute yourself? Or let me unmute you. How did you get muted?
I muted myself like a dumbass.
Oh, you muted yourself. Yeah.
Okay, so there's 3 prominent signatures on this lovely little piece here.
And we can't see any of them because they're all glared by your TV.
No. Yeah, I'm trying to angle it so it's not so well. Okay, but anyway, you were talking about triptychs. This is one of them. This is what solidified me as an artist. Going, this is what I do for the rest of my life.
Yep.
Jim Lee. It's signed by Jim. It's signed by Scott, and because Chris Claremont's kind of an a-hole, he signed it in the interior. So I don't get to display it. I only get the 2 signatures displayed, but you gotta crack open the coffin and look inside to see Chris's signature.
Yeah, that's a prize. That's like a
that's my holy grail, bro.
Yeah. So like if your house was burning down, it's like grab that Jim Lee slab. Everything else can burn, right?
Oh yeah, everybody else is on their own. The wife, the kid, like you're on your own.
You know, this
Jim gets grabbed. My Rob Liefeld, New Mutants '98 gets grabbed. You know, everyone else, you're on your own. I don't even care if all my guns burn down. I'm just running out of the house clothes. I'm gonna be out there in like a tank top and board shorts because I live in San Diego. I'm like, I got what I need.
Hey, Death. Not to cut you off, Nick, but there was somebody who was in the chat. He seemed to have a really, really good point. He must know a lot about comics. He had a solution to the spread problem. I'm going to go ahead and pull up his comment. It's from YouTube. It was really cool that he commented from YouTube.
Hey, Rick.
Who's this Joe guy?
I'm
Sean,
cool with it.
stop impersonating.
I don't think Ed would like it, but I'm cool with it, man. I'm like,
I think I'll do it just because.
Well then, guys, I gotta head out. But
No, you don't, Sean. Get out of
you guys
Whatever.
You
That hurts my
can't leave, Joe.
feelings.
I'm cast with Joe Tolliver.
Signing out. Well, it was good to hang out with you, buddy. I'll see you later. Peace.
Nice meeting you, Joe.
All right, see you later, guys.
Bye, Joe.
If I can find out. All right, bye, guys.
Hey, Pete. This is an open door forum, brother. There's no reason to comment. Come on right in and chat.
Yeah, hop on.
Pete, what Pete? Which Pete is that?
Pete Vasquez.
I knew it. Get on here, Pete.
Right now in the comments, he doesn't want to get live.
Crazy.
Come on, hang out,
Pete.
Pete.
Oh, there he is. There's Pete. Come on.
I love how he says, I've seen those poster 3-page spreads. Of course you have. We're both
They're awesome.
old. That's the 90s. I think every book had a 3-page spread poster pull out.
And they were awesome. They're all awesome.
Yeah, and Death, maybe we should work in like a hologram, and maybe we can pre-poly bag it. And
we're doing what was that crossover between Valiant and Image? It was like
Deathmate Black, Deathmate Red.
Yeah.
Oh, look at you! Oh!
And there was Deathmate Red and Deathmate Silver and Deathmate Drain My Bank Account.
Yeah.
Because that's where everybody was buying like 10 issues.
The only ones that were good were the ones that the Image guys drew.
What do they call them? Speculators or something like that?
No, the best ones were the Spider-Man spreads, man.
With the all red or blue or black chromium variant covers.
Oh yeah.
You know what? Death, if
you
can do a sequential challenge for us, that would be great. But I only have one requirement.
What's up?
That it's a Spider-Man script.
You know what? It'll be really simple. You just get a bad guy and put a money bag in his hand. And have Spider-Man come in. It doesn't matter which villain. It could be Dr. Octopus.
Death, I love you.
Wasn't that the first?
You have to read issues past 1972, bro.
That was actually the first SummerSlam, wasn't it, Gerald? Remember?
1972, they stopped the money bag, mass robber with the mouth hole,
it doesn't matter. Like it could be Doc Ock. He could have this huge master plan to destroy the entire city with like a laser beam, but he needs the money to do it.
Laser beam.
So he's always got a money bag in his hand.
Yeah,
I am the 1970s Marvel villain. I need the money to do a lot of stuff.
Freaking sharks with laser beams on them.
I don't even want to hear it.
Sharks with freaking lasers.
I need ill-tempered Alaskan silverbacks with lasers.
I'm gonna like every new Spider-Man like comic I'm gonna read. I'm like going, where's the money bag angle? I gotta find the money bag angle. It's like, and you know what, Depp, you could be onto something because one of my
Generally, you're gonna find it. You're gonna find it. When you're a hammer, everything looks like a nail.
I like to watch because I like to watch, but
Well, that's too much information.
What is it?
Indie Comic Mash.
There's
I
video
want to
game.
tell you what Death could be onto something, because one of my favorite recent stories was Stuart Eminem did a story arc where he fights Superior Dr. Octopus, and Dr. Octopus takes over like Peter. This is like a different story. Peter becomes instead of like being that guy who's always poor, he
the body swap.
He like owns like a whole corporation, Parker Enterprise or something like that.
Yeah.
And Dr. Octopus, Superior Dr. Octopus, because I thought it was really stupid, but he was able to put his mind in a cloned body of Peter Parker. So there's like two Peter Parkers running around.
Well, no. Peter actually his Doc Ock's body was dying, so he forced his consciousness into Peter's body, and Peter's body was basically like his Jiminy Cricket in the back of his head. But what was really cool, what I really enjoyed about that, it was a little silly, but what I did enjoy about it was that Doc Ock was quietly, by accident, because he was so awkward socially, messing up all of Peter's personal relationships, including his relationships with the Avengers. Because remember, that was when New Avengers was out. Peter was part of the Avengers, and Doc Ock screwed that whole thing up for him. And he actually had, that's what. But he was trying to. But what I really liked about the development of that, Doc Ock ended up realizing why Peter was who he was when he gave him his body back, which is cool. And the Avenger, but I do remember the Avengers being, "What is your problem, dude? Why? Like, you were nice, now you're a dick. Like, what just happened?"
The money bags. He goes, "Where's the Avengers money bags? That's what I want."
Look, I went over to my let me see if I can solo myself real quick. So I was going to go over and pull out a Spider-Man comic book for you guys to show that there's no money bags in here, right? And then I realized I don't actually own any Spider-Man comics.
What?
But I found these really great Niobe books. Look at this. Look at that. Look at that Niobe book. Looking great.
That'll be the cover of the next exciting comics.
No, I love this is my favorite one. This is my favorite cover I got.
Yeah, it's a great cover.
That one's going to be on Exciting Comics number 20.
Yep.
Yeah. Now this one's pretty good.
Yep. Oh, you got all the Birthright covers, huh?
Now there is one other thing though, and I thought to myself, these are all great. These covers are great, but you know what you really need? You need You need a sexy girl on it.
He has two Steph Wilson covers for Birthright.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
I should have pulled that out while I was here. And it's...
How does she not break her back? I mean,
you know what?
Physics. It's different physics.
Superheroes.
It's already
broken.
There's a lot of it's different physics.
I like it.
Yeah.
A lot of pull-ups.
It's just about different physics. That's all.
Yeah, man.
This is the only Spider-Man I have.
Keep it.
Spider-Man comic, but it does not have the money bag.
No money bags.
Yeah, but he got Scorpion, so you know he's got money bags somewhere.
Scorpion definitely has money bags
the
somewhere.
money bags are under Aunt May's bed.
Probably.
They're in her mattress. That's why he was there.
That's why he's there trying to steal
Okay,
them.
so none of you guys have seen it yet. But whenever you guys go see the new Spider-Man movie, just look out for a money bag. I guarantee you there's gonna be one.
Don't.
Yeah, don't even joke like that. Don't even joke like that. Don't even joke like that.
I guarantee you there's gonna be one in there.
Under point of death,
Don't even
if I gave a
joke like
spoiler,
that.
I'd be banned from the show. Death's just dropping money bag spoilers.
No, we'd find you and hurt you if anybody, whoever spoils
In
anything.
was it Marvel versus Capcom 2?
Look at the name tag. Not one person on this show is gonna hurt me.
They have
Yeah,
Venom. They have Venom in Marvel vs. Capcom 2, and in his
they do.
In his intro, he's literally holding a money bag with the dollar sign on it.
He is.
So I'm sorry, dude, but
Look, I'm going to be real honest with you. The common criminal money bag that the crew, it was a kinder, gentler time before all these incredibly huge, ridiculous, multi-variant cover crossovers and whatnot, where you could actually have a story in and of itself. Hey, let's just write a quick story where, Scorpion needs a few bucks for whatever. He needs a new tail. or he needs to wax his arm or something. You know,
read any Batman story from like the late 30s where he came It up till about 1950, it was but they did have some really good stories.
Yes. Yep. Mm-hmm.
They
I
were
agree.
embedded in the Masked Man with the money bags.
Yep.
I have just decided if I ever want to write comics,
I'm doing a cover with a money bag.
Secret is just put a money bag into the story.
Yeah.
And your money.
Go back to it, man. Go back to it.
Dollar symbol too. The giant.
Go back to it.
Oh, look at this.
No money bag. You need to put a money bag in here.
That's secret.
No. You see, that's it. You don't mess with the Zek cover like that.
Yeah.
Oh, Zek cover. Oh,
they were in space in that issue, though, right?
Yeah, that was Secret Wars. I was actually right before the pandemic. I was in a con across the aisle from Mike Zek, and he was the nicest guy in the world. At one point, he walked over because we had my studio. The two of us, we ended up because the two people on either side of us didn't show up to the show. We ended up with 4 tables full of paintings and stuff. And he walked over to us, and he was very nice and stuff like that. But he just joked, kind of tongue in cheek. He's like, "So, how did you guys end up with 4 tables?" I'm like, you know what? I'm sorry. I just apologized to him because he's responsible for Secret Wars, and he's like, "No, it's okay, it's okay." But he was so sweet, such a nice, incredibly nice gentleman.
Yeah, I have to say that Zek he still has the. My all-time favorite piece of his was the Captain America annual, where it had Wolverine versus Captain America, and I don't know if you've seen that cover. That is just the best cover.
I remember that one.
You have on here who's flexing again with her comic collection, signed comic collection. I was just looking at all those things. I was like, wow, blast from the past. Really
all right, so I got a hypothetical question for y'all.
All right, hypothetical.
I like those.
All right, so time machine exists. We have access to it.
Okay.
It's the flux capacitor. Yeah. It exists.
It exists. We got to go to 88.8 miles an hour where you guys can see some serious shit.
How many gigawatts?
1.25. 1.25.
You are the man. All right, go ahead.
Did you just really try to geek cred me?
Right? You noticed that, right?
I'm insulted.
Okay, all right.
I had forgotten more about geek culture. I mean, I played sports, but like it was kind of like being a gay guy or homosexual.
Can I tell wait, really quick. Let's share this one. How tough was it to like comic books and be a jock at the same time? That was really tough.
My God. Like I was trying to say, I had to keep that shit in the closet.
It was so tough.
It was stuffed in there, man. Like I'm playing hockey and football and wrestling and track, and I'm in the gym with the boys,
But you couldn't tell them that you liked Spider-Man because then you were a geek.
Well, I was a Wolverine fan, especially in the 80s.
Yep.
Oh my God. The adventures with, Wolverine and the Hulk, Mr. Fix-It. And,
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God, that was a classic time in comics for me.
See, I don't feel that bad for you guys. It's just because y'all are weak bodies. I was a star football player and I was a huge nerd at the same time. I do whatever I wanted.
No, you didn't. And I know you didn't because none of us did. We all lived our little parameters. We can bullshit and tough talk all we want. You had to be close to me to know that. Like, I wouldn't let people in my room from like 1988 to like 1996 because I had a drawing table in there and I was drawing shit. I was trying to make. I was living in San Diego and I was like, man, Image is not too far from here because it's in Malibu. I'm gonna be the next Rob Liefeld, except I can draw feet.
You had a leg up.
I had a leg. I had a foot up.
Foot up.
I had a foot up. Yeah. But it was really tough. So like, if I had a time machine, I could take myself back to like 1975.
Okay.
With my current level of talent.
To 1975. What happened in 1975?
I don't know. I just threw an arbitrary 7 in there. Like nothing really happened. There were some good artists, but like if I could pick my talent from 2021.
Ooh, I see where you're going with this.
And drop back to like, let's go 1968. I think that's when Amazing Fantasy 15 came out. Somewhere around there. And just we walk into Marvel's bullpen with our portfolio, and we're just as fast as the guys that are in the bullpen now, or then.
Yeah, back then they were faster, I think.
They probably were. You know what? I've done a really hard analysis of this, and I think the inkers did a lot of the work. Not that they don't do a lot of the work now. I think actually right now, I think the colors do the majority.
The in the bullpens back then, because friends of ours like Jay Lipson and Keith Williams would tell you all the time that a lot of the background guys, because a lot of the pencils, like you'd do Spider-Man and then hand it off, and a guy would do the background.
Yeah, he do
right.
All the
yeah,
sets and stuff.
That's the manga.
That was the dream for anybody.
No. That was the Marvel. That was the Marvel Comics way. That wasn't a manga thing. That was the Marvel Comics way. The bullpen guys, you'd pay your dues doing all that stuff.
Doing backgrounds.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean that goes back to Ditko's days.
Yep, absolutely. The manga thing, the studios
a main figure, and you would get to, and that's how you worked your way up. You did really good backgrounds. Okay, let's see your figures. They're like, all right, cool, and then you get to do a couple of figures and the backgrounds, and then it just got to like guys that were working in the pen were they were doing the boring shit, the standalone stuff, the static stuff. While the big names were drawing the action shots, but you still had to draw the backgrounds in the bullpen. But now look at indie creators. We do it all. We do it all. We do all the action shots. We do the static shots. We do shit. Some of us do inking. Some of us do all three. Some of us do all four. We're putting letters in there after we inked it, drew it, colored it. Just
like Marius does that. Yeah.
That's what I love about the indie scene is because we're the jack of all trades. We nail it all. Like those that have been in it for a while. We'll pencil it, we'll ink it because we didn't have any other options. We didn't have the money.
Well, we didn't have the money. Yeah, we have the advantage of also it's sort of like these trends that we see in modern comics. It's to be able to take those trends. I mean, just think about like the being able to draw a character outside of the panel, like breaking a panel. Just think how revolutionary that was. It's like, why didn't anybody think about that? It's like, it was like, or doing like color holes. Everything used to be like, if you're going to do an ink line, it has to be black. But now we do, you see stuff that like Marta Gracia does. I mean, he's like, he makes artists, like he can take artists' work to like the stratosphere with his colors because he adds like a whole nother level to it. And I think that's just the evolution of comics. I mean, the technology. I mean, look at comics in the 80s, like just the print, the media, like the paper, and how it's colored versus the 90s color versus 2000 color. There's just so many leaps and bounds.
Like regardless of your skill level,
comic books and newsprint.
Like regardless of your skill level, you would be limited by the technology that was out at the time. So you would have to dumb down your art to make it work.
Yeah, but they had that. What was that? The what gave it the little, what do they call it? Hexachrom printing, where it gave it those that little honeycomb look.
That was just really bad halftone screens. They were like
halftones. Thank you, halftones.
The halftone screens were just so large that it created this posterized look that Andy Warhol looked at and said, "You know what? I'm going to do a whole series of art that looks like comic art." And that was just a reality of newsprint comics, but it became a signature look.
I'm going to make it official right now. Fuck Andy Warhol.
Whoa.
He was a subpar artist that capitalized on comic book techniques. So he can go
no, absolutely not. Absolutely not. No, wait a minute. All kidding aside.
Come on, man.
Wait, okay, hold on.
What did I start here?
Hold on. No, wait.
Go for it.
Like that's.
Don't worry.
Don't worry.
I'm not going for in our history class when I said this.
Wait. Everybody just pump the brakes for 1 second, please. I'm just because that's Andy Warhol is an influence on when I was growing up artistically and stuff like that. Because if you look a little bit deeper, and then there is an entire gigantic museum dedicated to this. Excuse me?
I didn't mean to trigger
Warhol was more than just the soup. No, it's not a trigger, but I'm going to defend someone who's influential on a slew of other artists that came afterwards. Guys like Haring and Basquiat and things like that. what Warhol did was he first off he brought fine art down to the level of every person. But the thing is, you have to go way back. Before even the pop art, you have to go back to where Andy Warhol was actually an innovator, and he was an inker, and he always into the creating and things like that. He actually did create a lot of his own things. You go back to his older magazine work when he was getting, because remember, graphic design, you see all this incredible computer stuff. Graphic design in his time was a pen and a pencil and a piece of paper and some ink. So he would go back, and you could actually see some of his older works, and you can see the little jitter in his hand and things like that, and all these things. He created a lot of his things. The soup can thing was more than just a soup can; it's deeper than that. The soup can, the Marylands, and stuff like that. That was a critique on us as a culture. So if you're going to say that, and that's why the pop happened, because it was all, and it transcends into all the stuff. The reality shows, all that garbage, all the influencers and all of the fake celebrities that we have come from that, because it was Warhol coining the phrase, everybody's going to get their 15 minutes.
Brother,
okay,
I'm not arguing on his social commentary, which is
but the soup cans are his social commentary.
No, the message is well received. The art is trash.
But if the art is, if we're talking about it and you receive the message well, the art's successful and it's not trash.
And I'm not going to disagree with that.
Because remember, you also have
to disagree with you that the message was successful. Because
if the message of a piece is successful, then the art piece is successful.
This asshole for like 2 semesters.
So have I. So did I.
I'm not arguing the fact that his message wasn't successful.
I feel he was more of a graphic artist than he is.
He started as a graphic artist, Phil. He did. Absolutely. Phil's right on.
Anybody here on this panel would beat Andy Warhol in a traditional art contest as far as fucking technical execution.
Warhol Warhol was screen printing before anybody was. Warhol could paint. He just didn't have to.
He could, but he was a shitty painter.
This is how I feel about Rob Liefeld. He can draw a phone if he wants to. I like Rob Liefeld.
That's fair. That's fair. That Liefeld thing right there, that's fair.
As Todd McFarlane would say, while you're over there drawing the hands and the feet, I'm drawing extra bricks in the wall.
No, that's Todd McFarlane. That's what he said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rob is a shitty artist.
She's brought to earth.
He is.
First off, we'll pump the brakes on hating
the Michael
on
Bay of the 90s. He's the Michael Bay of the 90s.
Right, listen, bottom line is he's producing at a very high level. You can tell it's his work from a quarter mile away. Not because it's terrible.
Can't draw fucking feet.
Listen, but he got really good at drawing rocks, stones,
and pouches.
You know, my argument for the whole Rob Liefeld.
Yeah, you know what? You want to shit on Rob Liefeld, but any one of us here would have killed to be in a Levi's commercial at 16. So I think
it was good. Like when I was younger, he was an inspiration because I saw him. I saw him through his entire, claim to fame. I saw the Levi commercials. I was like, oh god, I want to be that dude. Until I got to his level, and then they're like, hey man, your shit really looks like Liefeld stuff, and I started getting insulted. I'm like, because that's not who I want to be. I want to be Jim Lee. I want to be Mark Silvestri. I want to be fucking Todd McFarlane. So and I always viewed Rob as the lower rung of the Image universe. Now his stuff's good. Don't get me wrong. Like I have tons of Rob Liefeld comics in my bins, but I loved Mark. I loved anything that came from Mark, anything that came from Uncle Todd, anything that came from Granddaddy Jay. Jim, I mean, well, even Jay Lee when he came in the mix. Like some of the tattoos that are on my arm are from Jay Lee that he drew of my characters. So, but
so there's no doubt you got respect for.
I have respect, but I still have critiques, man. Like none of us are above that, no matter how.
The funny thing is that I have more critiques for Todd McFarlane when he was at the apex, like the very beginning of Spawn.
The rounded faces. I hope it's rounded faces.
Like Todd had a lot of issues, but he was selling books. So at the end of the day, we go back to the same thing. Does your art convey a message, or is your art doing something that other people aren't doing and other people want it?
Well,
So
I
at
mean,
the end of the day,
here's another question we have to
Stylistic
ask: is our art technically executed? In addition to, because like we don't have it like they had it back then. They could do stylized stuff and get away with poor anatomy, poor storytelling, because it was very Michael Bay level shit. As long as it just like got you a dopamine hit by looking at the pictures, nobody cared. Nobody
well,
cared.
that's because everyone had 30, 40 years of very flat storytelling, very strong storytelling, but it was very flat
I
artwork.
100% agree with you. 100% agree with you on that.
So
they showed the world something completely new, something that never had been done in comics before. We can actually quickly and in a timely manner, for the most part, give you this like high level visual action that just sparks a dopamine serotonin hit right off the bat. But then that became the norm. And everybody here in this room right now has had to advance beyond that. Like if you drop us in the 90s and we all showed up to Image, we would all be millionaires right now. We have to stand on the shoulders of giants and create something new.
Well, and that's one of the great things about where we are. A lot of guys that grew up with the Marvel and the Image stuff, now we have this great opportunity to create our own work. That is really where we stand now.
Absolutely.
With the huge opportunity to produce our own content, to move our own stuff out in the world. That wasn't an option for them. I mean, they created Image because they were bad boys and they did their own thing.
Yeah,
now we can make our own work. Now the trick is how, and this will be a Comics Cast pitch, uniting the community so we stop fighting amongst ourselves and start getting help from each other and our fan bases so that we can sell more books and be more successful.
The first point is we have to agree that Andy Warhol shit.
And that's the reason why nobody can just let things go.
No, I said that in jest, man.
I know.
But you know, I see the work that Comic Cast community does, and I know it's only like my 4th time on the show, but so I don't have veteran status in that regards, but I'm a very talented artist, and I know if you dropped me in the 1980s, like my name would be known, just like everybody else in this panel. Everybody else in this panel, if you dropped this in the 1980s, we would all be like, we'd be in the annals of Marvel or DC or Malibu or whatever. You know, we would all be just like grand slammers. But
Death is over there having way too much fun with his swipe. Hey, I just want to point out, can you bring your art back up, Death?
Oh yeah.
Do one last swipe. I'm
gonna do that transition.
Pull it out.
Here we go.
Check this out, guys. Okay, so
I like that.
This is what I'm talking
Why are we
about.
laughing at it? It actually is really good.
Like the fact that you could go the Todd way and really go crazy dynamic angles. This has got 1,100% Spider-Man. He's not too thin. He's not too bulky. This is an older Spider-Man a little bit. He's so dynamic. Your art is so freaking amazing, man. Like I'm so happy to sit down and watch you build this while we've been hanging out. It's simple, yet your understanding of light, form, is just insane, man. So I really appreciate you hanging out and doing this work with us, kind of showing us what you do, even though you're not a big fan of the character. But this is tight, man. And I hope you don't delete it right after this, because
it's gonna get. It's gonna get deleted.
I'll buy it, man. Don't delete it.
I want to see a colored buck.
Ooh.
Oh, dude, I'm not a good colorist, dude.
You know
Trust
what?
me on that
You know
one.
what? Let's if you could do
Philly-on is.
if you could let it sit with us, we'll color it next week. Well, when we come back, we'll see if Vic wants to color it. He's an amazing colorist, man.
Okay.
He actually
give it a
would
try
really
right
work
now.
great with your style. Do we have any artwork from Vic that we can pull up that we can show? Because he's not in right now.
I can pull up some art from.
Yeah,
his
let's so he can see what he does. He's very similar to Ed on in that respect. So, and I know you're close with Ed. You know his style. Yeah.
I think
so you need to bring your IT daughter back in, and she can teach you how to get this thing to autofocus on your face.
No, it's the
Killing you, man.
camera, dude. It keeps messing up. We need a new camera. That's all it is.
Yeah. No, I hear you.
It's the camera's fault.
Yeah.
I don't really like that transition. It just happens.
Oh, you said next week. I thought you were taking next week off.
Yeah, we are. So we'll come back in December. So this will be our last one. This is sort of like a last year hangout, just trying to chat, bring everybody in, all like the big artist names that we know, and just be like, hey, let's just come in and just shoot the shit. Nothing
Big
too
names.
crazy.
Why am I here?
Yeah.
Because- who said that?
I did.
And I
Was that,
second that.
Was that Pete?
Wow, it's got some
It
trash
was.
talk in here.
That was
I'm
you,
trash
Pete, that
talking
said that?
myself. I'm trash talking myself. Calm down.
Yeah, yeah. I didn't. You just came in yourself, man. I didn't invite you.
Look,
What a dick. I love it.
I
Yo,
still
Jeff, can
look.
I color
It's,
that?
wouldn't be the first house I've walked into and just sat down and started doing shit. So
Yeah, well, we
Yeah,
weren't
well, I
super
mean,
classy before you got here. We're talking about buttholes and everything else, so all good.
Hey,
And
I was
then
swinging-
you brought some class, and then we were like, no, he's shit. We brought it right back down.
about the buttholes there.
Let me see.
All right, so did you get it?
Yep,
Can I
I'm
add you to
ready
stream?
go. Yep, go ahead and do it. All right, so this is a little bit of a preview of what we're going to talk about Vic on Sunday. This is the scope of this guy's talent. This is one of my favorite pieces that he did. Check this out. It's incredible. I mean, look at the textures and the lighting, and then he does this little thing with atmospheric effects.
It's funny
just
that
crazy.
you like this one. I want the next one.
You like the Invincible?
Yeah, Vic does really good work, man.
Yeah, look at that kinetic. It's so yeah. He's on the cusp. He's gonna break out next year, and he's
Well,
breaking out right now.
Just so everybody knows what we are doing. We're doing a magazine next year, and Vic is going to be an artist on there, and I will be published. Am I officially the first publisher for Vic?
I don't know. You have to ask. We'll talk to Vic about that on Sunday.
Ooh,
So we'll see.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, but just look at the stuff. I mean, when he was on the show, he was joking around with us. It's like he said, I just got lazy and I didn't want to do the buildings in the background, so I just threw a big lens flare on it. And I was like, yeah, that's like J.J. Abrams style.
That's
it looks
cool.
great. Yeah. And then look at his process here. This is the guy. He does tremendous pencils. Look how clean these pencils are. And then from there he goes and does crazy stuff. Here's his inks, and then he does these colors. He's just
Yeah.
Total
it's
beast.
incredible. So we're so happy that he's part of Comics Cast, and it's going to be our pleasure to like watch him like reach for the stars in terms of like his style and his it just looks great. It looks good.
Anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, we could do this all day. Just wanted to show a little bit of his work since we were talking about potentially getting it colored. So yeah, Death, if you want to not delete that, and we'll promote more of your work when we come back in January. We'll color it in January, and you can come in and be like, "That's shit. I should have just thrown it away."
Don't delete it. I want to try and color it.
All right,
Yeah.
I'll send it to Gerald as a JPEG or something.
Okay. Hey, just make sure you put an NFT on it, because that way we can blockchain it and do all that thing. But
Make some
but
money.
I think it's
Drill, I'm doing that with a lot of my original stuff.
Yeah.
But
That's-
I just think it's before you do that, Death, though, you got to put some money bags in there to make it
Oh,
totally
dude.
accurate. Totally
That's
accurate.
a good idea.
Or we can do
You
it
gotta
in
make it
post.
accurate.
And then when you do it, we're gonna go hop in the DeLorean, and we're gonna go back in time, and we're gonna show that Moneybag Spider-Man shot to Marvel circa 1975, and Nick Garber is gonna pitch the hell out of it, and you're gonna be the Jack the King Kirby Death. I don't know.
Where the hell? Oh, you know what?
I'll share a guideline for getting the flex capacitor for you.
Yeah, I'm just trying to tie together everything we talked about without the bringing in the butthole part or the booze.
Was I
You
arguing
didn't
with
say
Death the whole
money
time?
shot.
I said money bags, not money
Oh, okay.
Money, not money nutsacks.
That's on my OnlyFans.
shot. All right.
That's on my OnlyFans. Because Daddy's got to pay the bills to buy Joe a new pair of shoes or whatever.
Yeah, but I actually have one. So
Yeah, so do I. We should link up. We should link up on OnlyFans. Figure out how we're gonna make money on art and not showing our buttholes.
Well, you know what? Pete and Nick can get together, and you guys can be each other's fans on.
There we
No,
go.
that's probably not.
Why? You don't like me all of a sudden? Because we argued a little bit.
I think it was the end.
Hey, Jeff, this panel's for you. Okay, you ready?
Yeah. Easy.
Oh, look at this! This is classic Joe.
Look at the rhino there.
Look what he's holding. Yep.
Oh, since you brought that up, I need to dig up my my.
Never
first
gets
sequential.
old, right? Money bags.
You know, that's a character I've never drawn before. I think I'm gonna have to do that for the next freestyle.
Like, look, when you read an X-Men comic, the first thing you think of is not money bags. Like, all the villains are holding money bags and nothing like that. Only in Spider-Man comics do you think that.
You've ruined me. I'm gonna look for money bags.
I would laugh at an X-Men comic if it was like somebody like Juggernaut coming out with like.
No, okay, no, Juggernaut's the only guy that gets money bags because he's with Black Tom Cassidy, and Black Tom Cassidy always has him.
Yeah, but they have the Hellfire Club, and those guys are rich as hell.
They don't need money bags.
They don't need money bags. They got a nuclear submarine, for God's sakes.
They got sharks with lasers on their heads.
They have
with lasers.
Tempered Atlantic sea bass with lasers.
With lasers on their ears.
With lasers.
So funny.
Whose work are we looking at right now?
That's my old work from years ago.
I don't know who that is.
Is that pre Gerald and Joe? Like
yeah, this is a long time ago.
Yeah.
Sure,
Man,
you
thumbs
did
up.
that yesterday, man.
I can't see their faces talking. It's good stuff, man.
Yeah.
Or woman. I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, let me see here. Get out of this thing.
No, the
Hey guys,
details.
I'm gonna have to jump off. Just let me.
We can't do more money bag jokes. All right.
Come on, Death.
You can always do more money bag jokes.
Money bag jokes.
Just look at some Spider-Man comics.
Yeah, will do, man.
Pre-1972.
Well, you can watch the Spider-Man movies. They all have money bags in them.
Or the original animated show has
Oh
plenty of
my
money
God.
bags in there, man.
Oh my God.
Oh, there it is. There's Gerald's money bag.
Oh, there's some rhino work. I like it. Rhino work.
Yeah, there's
Is
my
that
money
what we're
bag
calling them
right
now?
here.
Money bags?
Well, I'm calling those.
Well
money
played,
bags.
Phil. Well played, Phil.
Well, I mean, Rhino always needed money, to be fair. So if you're gonna draw a Rhino, he's got to have money bags.
Man, look
Yeah,
at how
like
old
money.
this stuff is, man.
How old is that?
This
This
is
is
like
the first
from-
SummerSlam.
3 years old. Is it
Yeah, I don't
4 years
remember.
old?
3 years.
Oh man, you've greatly improved, bro.
This is like.
I mean, it's still good, but like the stuff you're putting out now is phenomenally better.
Well, that's because we
I
put him on
appreciate
Let It Out and made him draw every week.
I know that was my practice.
It's weird how repetition will make you improve. Who knew?
Hey,
Oh,
Jeff,
yeah.
just to make sure that we say goodbye in good, respectful fashion, it was pretty awesome for you to be in here. Seeing your work live was a treat, and much respect. And just keep climbing. And whenever you want to come back on, this is a free platform to come on whenever you want on these Fridays.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll be producing a magazine, which will be highlighting creators. And I would love to highlight you at some point in the magazine if you want to. It's up to you. But we'll be a lot more to follow coming into next year with that. So, yeah, man, thanks for coming on.
Do you mind if I promote something real quick?
Yeah. Let me make you full screen here. You can do the full promotion here.
Make sure you do that transition effect though, because I like this.
Well, okay, wait, hold on. You guys are too fast.
Stay focused.
Focus.
Oh, there it is.
Oh,
All right.
Sparkly teeth.
So I just want to put a couple of things. The Winter Slam on How to Draw Comics on the Facebook page. Everybody that wants to enter, please enter. There's tons of prizes. I'm giving away free lesson, like to whoever we determine needs it.
So, like last place.
Well,
I'll draw some stick figures with some money bags.
whoever can use it the most, potential-wise.
There we go.
And then I'm currently working on a fan fiction comic for Michael Yuhas. It's it's TMNT fan fiction, but it's not what you would expect.
Okay.
Hint, hint.
And then sometime early next year, I will be starting my first course for how to draw comics.
Yay!
So there's that, and then so those are the three things that I'm working on right now, and that we have going on right now.
Congrats, man! Congrats, and I love that you're getting more involved with how to draw. I mean, you're a huge talent, and I think anyone can learn from you and get better for damn sure. You know, I mean, you're a beast, absolute beast.
Thank you, man.
Hey, do you have anything that's published right now that people can go out and buy?
Let's see. I'm really only just like a cover artist, to be completely honest with you. I worked on TMNT. I did Wrath of the Eternal Warriors for Valiant. I did like a novel series for a defunct publisher. But I mean,
with the TMNT, hook us up with some information on which comic number it is, so we can go get it, and I'll ship it over to you to get a signature.
Okay. It was a variant. It's issue 75.
Oh, fucking variants are so hard to find, man. Damn it.
I know.
And like I said, I did Back to the Future for IDW, so I have some of those out there. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll be completely honest with you. I'm kind of shifting away from comic books. I'm going to be moving more towards video game concept art.
Damn it.
Good stuff.
A lot of money to be made there, though. Don't blame me.
Yeah, man. It's the right call. It's the right call, but you know what? You can always come back when we rechange the game and there's real money involved. So I'll give you a call. I'll give you a call when I need an artist to take over and dominate. And then you'll be like, what's the pay?
Well, I mean,
I got you.
like I said, I'm pro-am. I'm not a full-time artist. I have a day job. I do this. It's not even really for extra income, to be completely honest with you. It's just because I'm sure all of you can understand what I'm about to say, but I could not do this. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Even if I, I'm sure there's plenty of artists that say I'm done with this. I'm tired of this, and but
daily.
You never really walk away from it. Let's be honest. So
keep drawing, bud.
Man, hey, have a great night. And hey, where are you coming from again?
I'm in Temecula, California, just an hour up north from Dude that was in San Diego.
All right, so I am in Washington, so I'm a few hours north of you.
All right, so we're gonna do a drink and draw all together. We're all gonna pick a time and place to come together.
Yeah, it's gonna be in Hawaii. And
I was gonna ask, like, alcohol is allowed?
And Jarrell's flying.
Out of San Diego or cheap right now, bud.
Hey, listen, if we're all gonna get together, I'm down for it. We have to plan ahead, big time.
I'm thinking Vegas, bud.
That would be awesome. I'm totally down to do it. Take basically a weekend where we just hang out and draw a fucking jam session for like a whole 72 hours.
A literal.
We gotta do that in Vegas then.
But I am leaving in June, July. So we got to get it done before then.
All right, let me know when. But I'm gonna be at Fan Expo Las Vegas if you guys want to come down and congregate.
I'm planning to actually. It will be my first time going to the mainland. I'll be planning on going to Cali. I'm not sure where in Cali yet, but I'm gonna be there and possibly hitting up several cons and stores. But yeah.
Which con is that?
I can't say it yet because it's not yet confirmed.
Okay, no problem. I gotta follow on social media so you know what the name of that con is in California that she's gonna be at.
Yeah,
so,
Dawn has a good
it's
following.
Gonna be multiple
she should have a lot more people following her than she does. But anyway, Death is leaving. I just want to make sure we say goodbye to her.
One time.
What's that?
He's gonna do the transition.
Okay.
One more time.
One more time.
Hey.
You guys have a good night.
Nice meeting you,
Good
night, brother.
Your daughter and say thanks for us for doing a great job with your IP or IT.
Good night.
Yeah.
Nice meeting you.
Right.
Bye bye.
Wait, was I arguing with Death the whole time?
No, that's me.
No,
Who's
you're
arguing?
arguing with Pete.
Oh.
You didn't even know who you were arguing with?
I just like to argue.
He
bud.
never put his face on the screen, so it got a little confusing.
Why would I like?
Whatever. You look gorgeous, buddy. Look at all
Why
that
would I
beauty.
when I'm doing this? Like, I mean,
Your beard don't scare me, Viking.
What are you drawing, Pete? Is this from the cannibal?
no, this is just I haven't I haven't heard about issue 2 as of yet for the Naked Cannibal Campers. This was I just sat down and started drawing.
Okay.
I just sat down and started drawing.
It looks good. And you know what? I'm gonna plug some work for Pete there. If you go to the art show, our current banner for the art show features Pete's awesome dragon artwork. You can check that out.
Work,
it's not what?
Yeah, you got my work up there. Are you trying to plug Pete's work? Because my work's up there.
Yeah,
I definitely didn't do this.
No,
I put it up. It just happened to come up at the same time.
Because this is
what at odds today during this show.
Whatever that was that you just put up was pretty freaking awesome. So definitely not mine.
Wait.
Oh, look at yourself, Pete.
Oh, I had Pete's artwork and somebody changed it. Let me see.
You didn't upload it yet. I put it up. You didn't have.
I hate it
ready
when
to
mom
go.
and dad.
Oh, boomers!
Right?
No, it was uploaded.
Freaking boomers!
Because everybody, there were several people that liked it.
No, there's no art
on the
that's up
page.
On the art show page? I'm talking about the art show page.
Yeah. All right, you figure that out, and I'm just gonna do a quick pitch for freaking Nick real quick. Hey, is this the one that we're putting in on our initial pitch?
That's my number one seller. Yeah.
All right.
That looks.
It brought in
That's the Cardinal.
That's phenomenal.
So
Isn't that the Cardinal?
Tattooed on my forearm.
Yep. So the Crimson Guardian is going to be one of our first comics that will be on our digital platform. So
As
I
I'm
want to
currently
do a huge thank you to
working on
Nick. This is a beautiful book, man. Beautiful book.
It's good. It's there's very like as a commercial artist, you do stuff and you just kind of like dial it in. I hate to say that. I mean, you still put a good level of yourself into it, but this book, the writing by Ray Merrick really challenged me as an artist.
Mm-hmm.
He put some scenes in there. I was like, man, I've never drawn shit like that before.
That was the Cardinal, wasn't it?
The Cardinal, yeah.
Yeah, I remember when you guys started that one up, man.
Yeah. Phil, you've been here from the ground floor, brother.
Yeah, I remember that.
Me and Rich doing some pretty cool stuff with Bengali.
Yeah,
Bengali's my second. Well, it's one of my favorites too. And and I'm not supposed to tell anybody about this, but there's a small fan film being made about it.
Woo.
Which one?
About Bengali.
Bengali. Oh yeah, you ended up doing that one run with the mask, didn't you? For that?
Yeah. I have the mask here in the studio, and we had it 3D printed, and it changed the entire dynamic and how we were.
Jared, hold on. Listen, do me. You got that as a thing, but here, I'll do this for you.
Oh,
yeah, there it is.
All right, now we can switch gears. Now we have Pete's stuff up. Oh, and hey, Pete, we can blow you up. Is that what you want?
Yeah, I have the actual painting right there.
Oh, look. We got dual screen.
Inception.
That's one of my favorite pieces by you, Pete.
I like that one, and I like his Onis. Do you have any of your Onis, man?
Not handy.
Oh,
maybe I have one.
Hey, Pete, how much is that piece selling for, bud?
At the show I took it to, I was asking $1.50, but I'll give you the 11 second pitch real quick. I set the price, but you know what? Anybody makes me an offer, I'm never insulted by somebody offering me money.
I'll give you $1.50 for it.
I'll take it.
I'll do $2.
That's Price is Right. Price is Right rules apply always.
I really like that too.
Thank you. No, I appreciate it. Look, message me, friend me, message me, and we'll talk and we'll hook it up.
All right,
that's it. That's where
Thank
we
you.
stopped at $2.
Yeah, Price is Right. Price is Right.
What was that? What was that, Ranger Rick?
It was $150.
Wow.
No, I mean that took some time. How much time did that take you to put together?
I'm gonna be funny. I'm gonna be honest with you. The painting, the initial idea and the concept and the underpainting, I was sitting there back and forth with it for a good solid 3 months. But then when I sat down, and Phil can tell you because I live streamed it a couple times. Once I got the dragon going and the blossoms and everything like that, because it's very tattoo inspired, I probably got it done in 3 or 4 days because I was getting it to put together for
How many
an
hours
art show that I do.
into it?
Oh, I was putting a solid 8 to 9 hours a day into it because my process
with I reject my offer.
Okay.
200.
Okay, message me and we'll make it happen. See, my process is I work on like 3 or 4 different hold on real quick.
Crypto Joe.
Oh shit.
Damn.
You know what? You know what this needs though, Pete? It's
Maybe I should have
missing-
sold my other piece to you. Damn, I didn't realize you were going to go that high.
Again,
Pete,
Mr. Phil.
It's
Sorry.
missing
Joe,
money bags. It needs money bags.
Mr. Filion can attest to this. I was also working on this at the same time.
Yeah, that's.
Oh, dude, you know what that looked really cool on? A skateboard deck.
Yeah, no, actually, I did one for someone as a commission on a skateboard deck.
Yeah,
I did. I can absolutely do skateboard decks.
You did that on a live stream, didn't you?
Yep, I did this one on a live stream too.
Wear a mask. Yeah, uncultured. Not everybody fucking pass out at once.
Oh, I'm a gigantic Day of the Dead fan. There's an artist you can look up, Sylvia G. She blows my mind.
Already on it?
Yeah, she's fucking phenomenal. I got lucky. I'm out here in New York. A couple years ago, they brought a lot of her work on to a gallery, and I didn't realize that when her first pieces of work were done on not on canvases but on pieces of wood that she found like in the garbage. And they weren't like little like pieces of wood like this size of this canvas. She was working on full size pieces of plywood.
Yeah.
And it's just but the depth of detail that she could get.
That's huge.
This is
I mean, you look at it from the size of your hand. I mean, that's
it's
a fairly
about
long
15 by
piece.
30. It's about 15 by 30.
Yeah.
It's actually funny. I did one. I did a painting this size too for New York Comic Con. I did Pickle Rick. I live streamed that too, and that was fun. I had to for New York Comic Con, but yeah, this is my wheelhouse.
That's beautiful, man. I would definitely put that on the wall.
Oh no, I got it on my wall until the next show. I got.
Hey,
I do.
excuse me, guys, real quick. I wanted to welcome back Vic real quick. He
Hey,
had
Vic.
a couple things going on that he had to take care of.
Oh, Vic.
I appreciate you coming back. We gushed over you a little bit while you were gone.
He gushed a lot, actually.
Yeah, about your digital coloring skill set.
Now I'm out $200 too. So.
But no, yeah, hey, Nick, honestly, Nick, the whole that Witcher piece, I'm selling it for quite a bit, just because I don't want to get rid of it. So
oh, it's one of those.
What's the I don't want to sell it price?
$350.
Good for you.
Oh, no, it's a good price, man. It's worth at least
That
$5.
is a good price.
That's my opinion.
Yeah. So.
Now there's a lot of detail in it, Joe. I wouldn't give it up if you didn't want to.
I mean, I love doing artwork, and I just give it away. Like the one I did of the painting with the turtle, I just gave that one to Gerald. I don't mind giving art away, but there's sometimes I'm just like, you know what?
The Ronin piece?
Yeah.
Oh God, you got rid of that?
Yeah, I threw it away.
Good for you.
Yeah, you got rid of it. I mean, you sold it for a very good.
No. I just gave it to Gerald as a gift.
Oh no, that's money well spent. You can't buy that type of friendship unless it's from
I'm the proud owner of a Joe Tolliver original. So
that is a beautiful piece, man. I'm jealous. That was probably one of the best Ronin pieces I've seen out there.
You should see it in person because the textures and
I would love to, but he gave it to you.
Well played. Well done, sir.
I would love to see it in person, but he gave it to you.
All right.
I have to either visit you for like a
Nick,
gala.
Merry Christmas. I will give you something else because you've been so great.
Bro,
It's
draw
so
the Phantom Hawk.
I'm not going to give you a Phantom hug.
No, not a hug. The Phantom Hawk, my character, you clown.
Oh, you want me to do a painting of Phantom Hawk?
I want to see you draw the Phantom Hawk. You don't even have to give it to me. I just want to see you draw it or paint it or whatever.
I thought you said Phantom Hug.
That comes next.
All right, I can do that.
Draw the Phantom Hawk. I give him the Phantom Hug.
Okay.
That's fair.
That's
fair.
I got plenty of time. We got some time off. I can do a Phantom Hawking.
You gotta do it on Friday Freestyle, Joe. You gotta do the Phantom Hawk.
Okay, wait, really quickly though. because I said this the last time I was on, and not a lot of people were here, and it kind of went away into the ether. Now that Joe's here, I know Joe will hold people accountable to this. I very much, and Gerald knows where I'm going, I very much desire to ink one of Gerald's original pieces.
Okay.
Like physically paint?
Like I'd like to send me a PDF or something. I will print it out on cardstock, and I will actually freaking pen and ink it.
All right. I changed conditions, Joe. You draw the Phantom Hawk. I get to ink it.
Whoa!
That's sick. That's a gift. That's a gift. That's a gift idea.
Own dude, so
that's a gift idea. I like that.
I'll send you all 7 issues of Phantom Hawk so you can get a good idea of the character. Issue 2, I didn't draw, so actually, no, that's not true. I did draw that one. Issue 3, I didn't draw. Issue 4, I didn't draw. So don't judge me. Those are 2 other artists.
All right.
Judge them.
So what? Joe's going to ink it?
Yeah, I'm sort of a pencil inking duo, but I can do a pencil. I can get them pretty tight.
Yeah, brother, I know. I've been following you for a bit.
If you want some colors on it, I know there's a couple guys on here, man, that would probably be.
There's this guy Philion that does sick colors.
Oh my God!
Oh man, not that Phil guy, man. Jeez.
Other Phil.
Philion? Oh man, he's just
you gotta watch out for that dude. Man.
He's not. He's actually quite fucking phenomenal. I love you, Phil.
All right.
Man,
okay. So we're all giving each other credit, and I love this collaborative spirit. I think that's something that the Friday Freestyle was all about. Getting creators together and doing these potential collaborative pieces and just nerding out, geeking out, and talking about money bags and buttholes. But we'll leave that for another
no, that was a very small part of what we talked about tonight. The majority
is full of money bags.
Camaraderie and togetherness and collaboration
and Andy Warhol.
And everyone's kind of missing out on what On is doing right now.
I know. Well, here's the funny thing is if we could just sit here and watch On and just be spectators the entire time.
I'm doing that right now. I put my pencil down because what she's doing with these vine snakes and.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think Gerald was trying to lead us to the end of the show.
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry, dude.
Before he goes there, Joe, because you invite me on here, if you need anything painted for your magazine or whatever, you can hit me up. I'll collab with you.
That would be awesome. And
to be honest
absolutely love your style, and there's so much that we can do in the magazine with your look and layout. It would be amazing to have you in the mag. So appreciate it. We literally haven't really talked too much about the timeline and when we're going to get our first one out, but I really want to see if we can get our first mag out in February. So that leaves us all the month of January. Now, I think it would be really smart of us to not release anything and do 5 mags and then we can release them out. But you know what? I like to go crazy and just.
He does.
I'm going to tell you, Joe. That's actually. I think that's yes. It's safer to do to have some evergreens and it's ready to go back up. But I'm going to tell you something. Creatively speaking, having to rush and get to that deadline, and going, holy shit, I need to get this done in 2 days. You're going to get some fire stuff. And
exactly. And also on top of that, we're also going to have opportunities for advertisement for other people's books. Kickstarters, whatever. So that'll allow it to stay more organic and more timely, I think.
Hey, don't give away all the people.
Whatever. Not everybody's watching right now. This is a late show. Most people are sleeping. Or watching Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm
gonna go ahead and start. We'll start doing the wrap up right now for this show. And what I'd like to do, just like what we did with the other show, is let's just do another round table. We'll let everybody
I love that idea.
Yeah, talk about themselves, talk about what they're doing, and then we'll close it out. So let's start with Vic because he just joined us again. So well, actually no, Vic, you're going to be with us at the end anyway. You're part of the crew now.
Yeah.
So let's start with Phil. Phil, go ahead.
Oh, what? Shit.
Do your shout outs.
Shout outs. I'd like to thank everybody for no. Phil Leon. I do colorist work, man. What you see here, like you're mentioning Naked Cannibal Campers earlier. This is from one of those creators. This is Dave Sumi that I'm working over his work on this for that RPG. And some little sneak peeks of White Devil from over at Silverline for issue 2. But yeah, if you need any color work done on sequentials, covers, one-off pinups, man, just hit me up. I'm easy to find. Facebook, Phil Leon. Most other social media, Phil Leon or PhilManX. Either one will get you there. And yeah, that's about it, man.
Awesome. All right. So I guess let's go with you, Pete. You're up now.
What's going on, everybody? My name is Pete Vasquez. Those of you that don't know, some of you do. I'm one half of the art studio here in New York, Fat Guy Inc. You can find me at PEAT11717, Pete11717 on Twitch, Instagram, and Facebook, and Twitter. Same handle everywhere. Each social media is going to get you a different kind of thing. Facebook's the more personal stuff, howdy doody stuff. You'll see all the work on Instagram. On Twitter is just Twitter, because Twitter is just a shit show. We know that. And Twitch is where you can see me draw and paint live. And I usually bring my buddies along, talk about what they're working on, and we can all draw together and stuff like that. Mr. Phil Leon has been on with me a bunch of times, and we always have a blast. I am a freelance artist. Comic book wise, I am back doing sequentials. You'll see some of my stuff. Joe's already gotten a sneak peek of it later at the end of 2022 in Kaiju Mania, and the cover for Kajar and Kajaria's book, Tale of the Cannibal King. You will see me again on covers and some other little stuff. Hopefully Naked Cannibal Campers too, but I'm available for a whole bunch of other stuff. If you need pencils, you need sequentials, you need covers, you need inks, I'm your guy. I can do it. Plus, I always have a commission list. Sketch covers, paintings, portraits, whatever you need. I got ink, I got pencils, I got crayons. I'll make it all happen for you, and yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. Oh, and if you got a con near you, I'm probably going to be there. Now, the post-pandemic, I was doing 45 shows a year, so that's slowly coming back into the I'm already booking a lot of stuff. New York Comic Con's already booked for next year. Already getting ready to send the applications into C2E2 in Emerald City, and a bunch of other local stuff out here, New York, Boston, Baltimore. So you're going to see me out there again. We're going to get back on the road.
Awesome. You got that elevator pitch down flat. That's awesome.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Been doing this for a minute or two.
Oh, yeah.
just a minute. All right, so let's get to Ranger Nick here. So it's all you, man. Talk it up.
All right, man. We got a new book coming out here pretty soon in the next 30, 60 days called Slayer and Prime. It's our Space Odyssey. We're the Nova Corps, Green Lantern Corps. I use some pre-existing properties for that. But that's how we're doing. January 1st, I start my own personal challenge of doing a page a day of sequential art.
Oh, sick, man. I'd love to watch that on social media.
Be on the lookout for that. I'm going to live stream it all. So it can be cataloged for my successes and failures. But I've been doing a lot of stuff behind the scenes over the last 2 years. I know a lot of people haven't seen anything from Apogee over the last 2 years. But 2022 is going to be our year, and you guys are going to be just inundated with Apogee comic stuff. So get ready for that. You can find me on @Apogee Comics on Twitter and Instagram. You can also find me personally at Nick Garber Art on Twitter and Instagram. And I'm just going to make you guys drink from the fire hose for the next year.
Perfect.
I'm down.
That's awesome. Also, if you didn't know, Jim Lee is his idol, and he hates Andy Warhol. But
yeah, that's gonna be on my epitaph on my tombstone. It's also on my Instagram and my Facebook and Twitter.
All right, that's awesome. All right, I think we can all say that you pretty much ruled the number of pieces done on a show. I think you did like 4 or 5. I can't even keep count.
4 or 5 what?
4 or 5.
Yeah.
I'm gonna end it like this.
There you go.
I'm gonna carry that same energy in 2022. I'm going to immerse the inner on and just knock shit out.
Look at that lady behind me. Yeah.
That lady
Lady Death.
It's amazing.
So that's something that I would want to bring. Well,
it's like
it is
20
kind
by
of like
30.
my torso.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Look at that habit.
This is something that I'm gonna bring to the cons when I do go next year. But you can find me on my Instagram, ONK97. You can find that link on my Facebook, of course, by my name over there. And this is the first page of Ballad, the Sorcerer Revenge, and this is actually Bushi Kawaso, the second part of that book. It is on Kickstarter right now. It is my first sequential ever, and it's all hand painted. The portion that I did, and the book features at least 6 artists from the Hawaiian Islands. So if you're supporting that book, you're supporting talents like myself from the islands. We don't really get to travel much. It is far. It is expensive. I cannot stress on the word expensive. But yeah, it was a wonderful thing to be a part of. So I'm just an illustrator having fun and hope to see more people in the mainland next year.
That is going to be so much fun. Before we're done with the show, make sure that you put in the private chat a link to your Kickstarter that's going on right now so that they can go to it right away.
If I can give On a quick piece of advice, I know the cost for the mainland to Hawaii is very expensive, but with your skill level and your talent and the way you can pump stuff out, if you apply to shows, enough shows, and you just put where they can see you, I can almost guarantee that a lot of shows will want to bring you on as a guest, and they will pay for your travel and accommodations. You have the skill level to earn that, to be a guest artist at shows and be invited to shows and have them pay for you to travel. Because if my show wasn't done in a bar, if I ran a big con, I would definitely want you as one of my featured artists, and I would pay to put you up and bring you over. So you should definitely look into that.
They'll pay
Ditto,
for you.
ditto.
What, we were joined by a Power Ranger, man.
Ooh. I thought it was an alien.
Did we speak to Marius yet? I feel like we skipped Marius. Did we skip Marius?
No. I'm gonna bring him up last. We're having Marius up here right now. So On, thanks so much. I don't know how you're gonna do the carry on for that poster size Lady Death, but
FedEx, man.
Just make sure that you do carry on, because don't put that through the carousel.
It's gotta go.
Yeah. All right, Marius, you're up now. I'm gonna show some of your artwork. And Marius, give us your elevator pitch. Here we go.
What's up, guys? My name's Marius. You guys can find me on my Instagram pages. I'm called RL for short, because it's a mouthful. My pseudonym. I mostly do medieval art, concept art, comic art, and game art. I've actually just recently done a background piece for an NFT game called Soul Chicks. I'm not affiliated with NFTs, and I personally don't like them, but the pay's good, so let's just keep it that way. Nonetheless, I have some more works coming up down the line. I actually have the largest piece I've ever done, probably releasing by December 22. I showed a preview of that earlier today. And let's see what's going to come next year. I hope to tell more stories. I hope to work with more people. And I'm just really looking forward to do more art. So that's me. And this is Spider-Man right now.
Yeah, that's Spider-Man. All right, that's great. I think I'm going to let my partners here close out. I'm just going to add one little thing about this, is that the hashtag for this for 22, for 2021, it was Get It Done in 2021. My hashtag for 2022 is More to Do in 2022, because I think all of us have so much. I've just witnessed so much talent, so much potential in the indie community, and I just know that all of us have a seat at that table. We're no longer going to be taking scraps off from the big two, the big three. We can make a name for ourselves. We can make our mark. And it's never been a greater, better time to be a part of the indie community. So I love this. I love this whole Friday Freestyle. I love Let It Out. I love Comics Cast, and all about whatever our mission is in terms of getting the indie name out there. So we have our year-end show that's going to be on Sunday, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're gonna give the lowdown in terms of like what our future plans are. You got to hear a little bit of some of those things tonight. And we also got to do a little bit of a preview of our new family member, Vic, who's right there in the corner. And while he was gone, we got to share some of his work. We're going to share that again on Sunday. We got big plans, huge plans for 2022.
Get at the table!
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. So I've said my piece. I'm going to let Vic and then Joe can close us out. So Vic, the mic is in your hands. Say some words.
I just want to say thanks to everybody. It's actually been a really big year for me, like the biggest I've had in a while. So just want to say thank you. That's been started following me, reaching out for work, things like that. I really can't wait for 2022. I think it's going to be big, not only for me, but for Comic Cast. And I'm excited about it. I can't wait. Let's get 2021 over and bring on 2022.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Word.
Nice,
All right.
clean, and right to the point. All right, so I'll on that, I'm going to show you guys one thing, just to remind everybody that I'm an artist too. I'm going to share this screen here. Check this out. That's how you go from circles to a finished piece. There you go.
I've
That's
never
how.
seen this.
Attaboy.
Look at that. Killer.
That's how you do that. Okay, just so you know, it doesn't take long. It's almost instantaneous.
If you know, we'll be doing our own tutorials here.
Oh, one of the things I've always known about myself is I'm not that good, but I just enjoy doing it. And if other people like it, great. So that's kind of where I'm at.
There's no harm in throwing your own spin on how you do stuff, your own technique.
Yeah.
Probably be better.
But yeah, I was always inspired by Jim Lee mixed with Frank Frazetta. So if you can find a middle ground with that, then that's me.
I started out with how to draw comics the Marvel way.
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure.
Until I found Mark Silvestri and Jim Lee, and then it just exploded. Like, I didn't know.
So what am I going to say about Comics Cast? What I'm going to say about it is this. First off, if you're still watching us, thank you so much for being with us the entire show or catching us at the end. What I've noticed on YouTube is that a lot of people are watching, and there's a lot of return viewers. People aren't subscribing, so take some time to subscribe real quick, hit the bell. All right, so that being said, talking about get it done in 2021, the big thing was that we made it legitimate. We made it legitimate. We did a lot to develop the brand, but brand building is over, baby. It's over. Now it's time to start building a foundation to rise all the ships at the same time. So that's what we're building in 2022. We're building that platform to change the indie community. So take it very seriously. I think the time is right. I think the community is ready. And what we're going to do with this this platform is make it easier for people to read comics. People that aren't comic readers don't even realize they want to be comic readers because there's no way to get it. So we're going to make it easy for people to get comics. We're going to make it cheaper for people to get comics. We're going to make it a platform where when you're subscribing, that's the power. Getting the numbers that we all already have, but we all have our own little camps. We're going to bring all the camps together. We're going to bring new people in. And what that's going to allow us to do is have enough income as a business to pay people to make comics. And that's at the end of the day, that's what we all want to do. You know, and we just want to make comics. We want to create. So, you know, you make a comic, you sell it to the platform. We use it for X amount of time. You get paid for that comic. And then you go, guess what? Then you go make another comic. And now your readers are getting comics. So at the end of the day, I want people to stop having to do 5 jobs so that they can get a comic out every 6 months. That's what we're all about here. So we can speed up the process. We unite the fans. We unite the artists and creators. And thusly, at the end of the day, we unite the community. So doing that is going to change the game. So that's what we're here. That's why Gerald's been fighting tooth and nail, sometimes kicking me in the ass, getting me moving. So he's been a huge asset to keep me up and running. So 2022 is the platform. 2022 is the magazine. 2022 is about building product so that we can have a financial power at the end of the day. So That's it. That's all I got. Gerald, you want to go ahead and close us out? That was my final thoughts. Love you guys. It was awesome having a full show with everybody.
Bro.
I'm Joe, you know why? That was
warm Normandy right now. Woo!
Okay, well, you know what? You get to hear Joe and me and Vic say it all again on Sunday. So just make sure you tune in.
I know Gerald's mad because I keep giving away the chicken for free.
I know, but there's actually
free chicken,
a lot
baby.
of,
You can never say it enough times.
That's right. We
And,
got actually a
Pete,
lot.
Pete, hit me up, please. At least 72 hours in advance of your shows, or put it out there so I know what it is. I'm not very good about being able to jump on shows right away, but I want to be able to jump on your show and others. And the best way I can do that is I know it's coming up, and then I can plan it.
The good news is I'll be able to facilitate that for you a lot easier, because I'm going to try to set a set date once I'm able to get my work schedule a little bit more situated. Because day job, well, night job, whatever it is.
Out there for
All
everybody.
right, I'll be quiet. My bad, Gerald. I know you're trying to close us out. We are 13 minutes over. And we've been talking about everything from buttholes to dreams to
the spirit of comic
amazing
robbery,
art.
man.
And it has been weirdly entertaining. So
It has been. It has been.
Facts
So I'm going
only.
to say this to all of you guys and the lady that's here in the house, that that magazine that we're going to put together, I want you all to be featured in it. I know Joe does too. I know Vic does too. And we also, I'm going to be scaling back, Let It Out, even though I want to keep it going. But in those few select episodes, I want all of you to be on Let It Out too. So we'll see where that goes. 22, like I said, more to do. Hashtag more to do in 2022. We will see you on Sunday, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, to get the full complete picture of the year-end show and comics cast. So that being said, good night. I love you all. We'll see you on Sunday.
Man.